everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. How y'all doing?
Chicken.
Oh, God. Chicken. Oh, my God. How y'all doing? Hi, hi, hi. Happy Valentine's Day or happy Friendship Day or happy Discount Chocolate Eve. Isn't that the greatest holiday, though? Like, Discount Chocolate Day?
I mean, who knows? They probably have already put the sales stickers up on the candy now.
For real, right? Oh, my God. Probably. Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. Oh, my gosh. But, for those of you unaware, I am with someone. He's very, very special. He's been on the channel for a long time now. And I really like him. So much so that I kidnapped him from his home, city. And now he lives with me as my prisoner. I mean, as my husband. But anyway, if you haven't met him already, I'm surprised at this point. But you know what? Say hi, Bryan. Oh, dear Lord. Of course we would start with that.
Also, I love that the first question I see is, are you dating anyone?
Now. I mean, I don't know how to tell you this.
See, the secret.
The secret. And there he goes. Officer Woman yonder. Having Stockholm Day! Get back here. But yeah, so, I have taken someone. I am not taken, I have taken someone from their home. With their consent, of course. But nonetheless! Reading him on stream besides in chat, we only spoke once. He is amazing. I love him. We've been together for almost 7 years now. 7 years now. Oh, God. 7 years.
Wait, hold on. I can make it better.
Oh, you can make it better? You can make it better?
7 years.
7 years. Is it Bryan or Bryan? Bryan with a Y. It's always Bryan with a Y. Anyone who spells it with an I makes me look at them like, so you think my husband's white? You believe my husband is of the lacking melanin genre? Oh my goodness. Should we be surprised that you would kidnap your husband? Listen, I asked for consent. I still consider it kidnapping because the minute I brought him back to his family after I had kidnapped him, his grandmother gave me the death stare. No, I'm kidding. She loved me. But nonetheless, the way that he has changed since I first met him to when he moved in with me to when he is as healthy as he is now, it was a big shift, and the family was like, "Oh my God, he looks differently." Yeah, that's what happens when you take care of your man.
And diabetes.
You know what? I would like to assume that I helped take care of you, but let's go with the diabetes. I mean, would you personally say he's mild or spicy? I think he's of the spicy variety, being that he can handle the last dab like it's nothing, and here I am for 15 minutes screaming in pain. But yeah. Kidnapped and married, isn't that called something? If you kidnap anything with a fault, Stockholm Syndrome? Yeah. Yeah, 100% Stockholm Syndrome. Also, it's very hot. Oh, why is it so hot? Why is it hot? That's because we've been drinking.
Because you're in here.
Shut up. Shut up. But no, just so you all know, me and my husband are very much, I am over 30. You are about to breach 30. So we are currently enjoying whiskey Nama chocolates, as well as some soju that Bryan has now found very enjoyable, and I agree with him because it literally tastes like juice in some occasions.
Speaking of which, cheers.
Cheers! Here we go. He's 4 years younger than me. And yet, he pulled those I'ma catch this cougar by the horns looks eyes. Even though I'm not necessarily a cougar, it's only 4-year difference. 4 or 3? Is it 4 or 3?
4, because you were 92, I'm 96.
Ah, gotcha. Cool. Is it really kidnapping if they love you? I mean, I did ask for consent. So, 2 more decades and you'll be having. Yeah, I know, right? It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy.
Also, every time you say that you kidnapped me, I'm gonna bunk you.
Why does Bryan sound like Robert Kirkman every time he speaks? Lamau. Also, how did the Okay, so we're gonna start off with this. Okay, we're starting off with this.
I mean, someone was gonna ask eventually.
Fairly fair. So okay, listen, y'all, listen. So the way this motherfucker got me is that he fucking Pavloved me. He refuses to admit it. He fucking Pavlov trained me. So here's the thing. He can speak on his perspective while we talk about this, but here's my perspective of the thing. I had been streaming ever since we started highlighting Seduce Me, the Atome. The Kickstarter, we did the Kickstarter streams, all that stuff. I started when there was a livestream.com. Like, I started there live streaming. So it's one of those things where I was just like, I knew my way around streaming, and I eventually grew away from just doing Seduce Me streams to be like, oh, I'll be an actual streamer. So I streamed, I transitioned from livestream.com to Twitch, and then eventually to YouTube, whatever. But during the time that I transferred to Twitch, I was in my game dev prime, I was making games, I was doing all that stuff. I had a completely illegal Lamau, I did not have illegal live streams. I don't know what you're talking about. But basically, midway through my Dead by Daylight days, I started getting messages on my chat from a guy named Bibiano Beats. Or was it like you had like? Was it?
It was just my it wasn't my regular name, like my normal name until.
Like Bryan Bibiano.
Yeah, and I think it was about 5-6 years ago that I changed it to Bibiano Beats.
Whoa, hold on, we're getting visited by the goddess of love. Hold on, we're by the god of love. Hold on, wait, pause.
Ooh.
Also, Raiders, I'm so sorry that if you're gonna get swung real quickly because I have a very secure safety mod up. I'm so sorry. Hello! Hello, we've been visited by the god of love Aphrodite from Mythos. Oh my god. I have a very high security in here. I apologize that I'm getting loved on, nerd. So, I apologize profusely. Hello, everyone from Aphrodite Mythos. I am the storyteller here in the world of fiction. You may refer to me as a muse in Grecian myth. But I am currently celebrating Valentine's Day with the love of my life, whom Aphrodite absolutely set upon me like a rabid dog. Aphrodite 100% set this man on me like a rabid dog. And because this man Pavloved me in the name of Aphrodite. So welcome. Hello. We're about to tell the story of how Aphrodite sent this man to me. But anyways. So basically, while I was in my streaming days of like doing Dead by Daylight and all that stuff, there was a guy named Bryan Bibiano in my chat who would just, the way he would say hello is by putting in an emote of Dante from Devil May Cry with a rose in his mouth. Hey, thank you, Albert. I deeply appreciate it. But yeah, and that's the emote right there. That's the emote. He would just enter in with that emote. And of course, it caught my eye. Because, like, usually when you say hi in chat, it's like, hi, chat, hey, hello, how's everyone's day? How are you doing, streamer, XYZ? But no, this motherfucker came in with a fucking emote that I found very charming. And so I looked, I'm like, oh, how cute. Okay. This went on for, like, months, and it came to the point where if I didn't see that in my chat, I got actually upset. I got actually viscerally upset that I didn't see it in my chat. So, it came to the point where I was going to my friends and be like, listen, there's this guy in my chat that I don't know about much about him, but he's interesting and he seems fun, and when he talks, it is really interesting. Because I was very public about my, like, singleness on stream. Like, I was single for a good period of time on stream. I was traumatized from my last long-term relationship. I swore up and down publicly that I was just gonna be the crazy cat lady. It was no way in hell I'd find love ever again. I was purely gonna go in for just like, no, if I had any relationship, it would be like a sexual one, etc., etc., etc. And Bryan, you can freely hop in at any time. But that was the situation for like a good year. Whereas like, I kept my feelings to myself because it was one thing that I understood that I was the streamer and he was the viewer. So it was one thing to recognize the power I had, one being traumatized from a previous online distance relationship that became very toxic and very abusive. And it was another to also be like, I'm the streamer, he's the viewer. I can't have that power dynamic and have it be fair. That's not fair to him, not fair to me, it's not fair to anyone else involved. So I just continued on my merry way, I continued doing my things until it became a point where I just couldn't stop thinking about this guy. And it annoyed the shit out of me. It annoyed the fuck out of me. So it was to the point where like he eventually became a mod to help out with the mod team. But it was one of those things like at that point, like I had asked friends like, what do I do? What do I do? This guy's on my mind. I realize that he's a little younger than me. I realize he is a viewer, now mod. Like, what do I do with the situation? And of all my friends at that point were like, listen, that's the thing. You have the power right now. And so you can approach this very professionally. As everyone who knows me knows I would never fucking be a creep. Everyone who knows me knows that I'm not disrespectful in any regard. I would never abuse my power. I would never do anything to harm anyone maliciously or with intent. I more often than not, I'm the one that...
You know, the typical Twitch streamer.
Yeah, the typical... But like, in the regard of if anyone is going to be a victim, it's 9 times out of 10 going to be me. Because I would rather give power to someone. I would rather let someone handle things rather than me handle it, because I don't like being in that leadership position in reality. So at that case, I asked my friends, like, what do I do? And they're like, listen, you have the power here. They know what they're getting themselves into if they agree to be in a relationship with you. They understand. And if there isn't any point you feel uncomfortable, if they feel uncomfortable, if there's an issue between you two, if there is a problem, cut it off. You can cut it off. Don't go any further. Don't try to push it. Don't cut it off. Just trust the process and treat him like a human being, not necessarily a viewer. So I'm like, okay, fine. And I was going like him hawing back and forth until one of them was like, listen, ask him about his day. Be his friend first. Do that first. See what happens. And I'm like, fine.
Oops.
Exactly. Fine. So at one point, it was late at night. I had just finished the stream. I messaged Bryan going, hey, got a question. How long have you been in the community? Just refresh my memory. How long have you been with the community? He responds back, I've been in the community for about a year now. Why do you ask? And in my brain, I went into fight or flight mode, because I don't like lying. Lying annoys the shit out of me. Because too many people in my life have lied to me. Too many of my people in my life had done that to me. I would never want to do that to anyone else. And I'd already been accused personally of being a liar when everything I've said has always been the factual truth. So the fact of the matter was, sitting there, I'm like, is this the time I'm going to lie and be like, just curious, haha, tee-hee, don't think too much on it, or do I tell him the truth about how I feel? And my brain just went, fuck it. So I told him, like, so here's the thing, my dude. I don't know my feelings for you right now, but you've been on my mind recently, and I'm curious about where I land in terms of my feelings for you. And I figured this was just the start of figuring that out. And I left it at that. I'm like, you know what? That's just the easy track. That's like, yeah, we could just be friends, figure it out, whatever. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's the truth. It's the truth. This motherfucker responds, oh, well, thank you for the message. Just to let you know, I've been thinking about you too. But it's because I like you. And my brain shut off for like a good minute and a half. Because I'm like reading his message going, what? Huh? Huh? What?
Huh?
Well, huh? Literally, the meme of, huh? So how to get a girl with the emotes. And so my brain shut off, but then when it came back on, I'm like, oh god, how do I respond to this? I figured I'd give him the big, like, because position of power, because this just, like, out of the blue got laid on the table. I'm like, listen, give me 12 hours to get my shit in order, to get my emotions in track, and let me respond and give you a proper response in 12 hours. And he's like, okay. And this was late at night, so he probably went to bed. I don't know his side of the story because that's his story to tell after I finish my side of the story. For me, I was up a good 8 hours panicking. I was like, oh my god, and I was messaging all my friends, be like, oh my god, he told me he liked me, oh my god, I did the thing I was supposed to, but it backfired on me. He told me he liked me, I was trying to be friendly, oh god, what do I do? And all of them said, Michaela, chill the fuck out, give him a shot, the worst thing that could happen is that he does something sus and then you cut it off. The worst thing he could do is do something weird that you can cut him off for. But more often than not, he's probably gonna be a chill dude from what we've seen in his streams. Not his streams, in my streams. He's probably a chill dude. Just give him a shot. You never know. Okay, so I took a nap for like 2-3 hours. And then I was messaging back like, okay, after thinking on it, I am deadly scared of moving forward because I have been hurt before. I've been abused before in a long distance relationship. I'm very scared of relationships that are not just like purely on the sexual spectrum. I'm willing to give this a shot. And he responded, great. And we exchanged numbers and we were very like, it was like that cute little moment of like first confessionals, like, oh my god, we're together, like sort of feeling. And now, almost 7 years later, I'm about to like sign legal contracts with this man and be his official wife. Even though I treat him like my husband anyway. So yeah, that's my side of the story. Do you want to say your side of the story while I take a couple of swigs of my soju now?
I mean, you pretty much said everything like that happened. The only thing that was different, like on my side, was that night that you sent me the message, I was actually going to send it first. Problem was, I fell asleep.
Oh my god.
Honestly, then again, I wouldn't even know what it's going to say to begin with.
It was just fate at that point.
It really was.
But Lunar asked, Brian, do you agree you have Pavlov trained Michaela?
No.
You don't agree?
No.
So you were always the crazy one of the yes. That was without a doubt. Brian is the calm one between us. He is the chill guy that like leans back.
I'm just a chill dude.
He's just a chill dude.
That fucking meme of, yeah, I'm pretty sure you see it, like the fucking dog that looks like a guy is all chill.
Yeah, the guy is chill and the girl is like an overthinking, crazy, emotional wreck. That is literally our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like I constantly overthink. I constantly, like, Brian has seen me like sob over the simplest shit. Like, recently shit like happened and hit the fan, and I'll be brutally honest about it. Like, it was purely because I was trying to help people. And purely because I figured that my goodwill was going to be reciprocated in the form of helping others, and it backfired on me to where the people involved with having my goodwill pretty much stabbed me in the fucking back. And so I was a mess. I was an emotional mess about it because the people that I wanted to help got affected unfairly. I was made out to be this fucking villain of the year. I was put through the fucking ringer for just trying to be nice and trying to help people. And Brian saw the gambit of my emotions go from like extreme high, extreme pride to emotional down low. Am I the bad guy? Did I do something wrong? All that stuff, X, Y, Z. And Brian was with me every step of the way in this process. And he's like, no, you're not in the wrong here. You're not. They're the ones in the wrong. And he has been my rock ever since we got together. And honestly, without him, I don't even know if I'd be here right now. With all the stress that I go through, I don't think I would be here. I'd probably run away and be like, am I the asshole for helping people, right? It feels like that. So like, it was one of those things where without Bryan, I'd probably be like fucking off to the middle of nowhere, trying to like live off of the earth and avoid people forever. But yeah. Let's see. Also, Bryan's gonna BRB for a second. Huh? Hey, valid. How are you so calm, Bryan? Bryan will answer that question when he gets back. But yeah, no, he is such a sweetheart. But yes, I was always the crazy one in the relationship. I'm the one that this is attested to by multiple people. Kind of how it happened during the Seduce Me stream, where like the boys continued to try to like give me my flowers for like how much work I do. It was one of those things where I try and do my best, and because I put myself in a high pressure position, Bryan is in a low pressure position. So that way he can be that solidifying rock for me, that he could be that kind of realistic approach whenever I overthink things. It is my channel and stream, Mrs. Laws. Why is Mr. Laws more drip than you? Listen, okay? He's hot. He's just hot. My husband's just hot. So I'm like, that's just a point blank express. Like, I like to think that I am pretty. My husband is the epitome of hotness. It is to the point where I've had multiple gay men come up to me like, oh my god, your husband's fucking hot. No, guys, like, Retro, that's not even a like, no, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you. I've had multiple gay men come up to me and be like, your husband's fucking hot? What the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, I got really fucking lucky. I got really fucking lucky. But yeah, so it's just like, oh my god. And the thing is, it's one thing if a woman says that my man is hot. It's another when a gay man says my man's hot. It's like, oh my god. And it's a whole nother level of compliment. But yeah, so it's safe to say that Bryan truly, yes, Bryan absolutely takes care of me. When shit hits the fan, when people like drive me up a fucking wall, Bryan is there to constantly just be my rock. So yeah. Both of you are good looking. Oh, you're too sweet. You know, I'm actually curious right now. Have you two ever thought about playing a game like Haven or It Takes Two? We've actually played It Takes Two on the channel. We have a Let's Play of It Takes Two on the channel. We actually did play it together. So yeah. I understand that, but I'm still going to say you just have wife brain. Lamau! Is it the same kind of compliment? It's... Okay. The same kind of compliment comes from the fact that it's a thing to call people attractive. 100%. It's a thing to call people attractive. But knowing men, and I say this in a general sense, knowing men and how judgmental sometimes men can get, like, men can be, like, put under, like, how people can judge the fuck out of guys, it's typically gay men who are the most strict about other men because they know about men. They are men. They have experience with men firsthand, more so than women. So when a gay man says, oh my god, your man takes care of himself, your man looks hot, your man is so sweet, that is a whole level of respect, because women constantly, like, look at men, and if they are of the spectrum to like men in a romantic sexual sense, there will always be that kind of attraction. But men who deal with other men have a different level of judgment. So yeah, it's one of those things like, oh my god. Oh my god. Your husband gives me the vibe that he's secretly a satyr. Lamau! He's secretly a satyr! I mean, I don't see it, but I mean, maybe. He is charming. He was charming, so I was like, I have a question about your opinion on like DID or brain disorders. This is going to be focused mainly on Valentine's and my relationship with my husband. So if you want to have that kind of question answered, probably come to a different stream. I don't necessarily think it would be appropriate for me to talk about, like, and kind of take away from this Valentine's Day stream talking about my opinion about mental disorder and DID. So yeah. Do you not have wife brain? I do have wife brain. I admit that I have wife brain. But like, I also live in reality. I constantly am reminded of reality all the time. So, there was a question for you, baby, while you were gone. Bryan's back, by the way. How are you so calm?
Ooh. Hmm. I'm gonna be honest. It's a lot of anger issues. Growing up, like I would always get mad and basically cry over a lot of things, and then getting like made fun of and put down for that kind of stuff. You kind of learn to bottle things up. Though, of course, bottling your emotions isn't healthy, so every now and then it would still explode.
Yeah.
And then, oh,
And then, oh, what?
oh okay, sorry, it's just my music stopped. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, you're good.
Eventually, over time, I just kind of learned to, you know, try and be calm and not let a lot of things get to me. And it eventually got to a point now where just like, aside from a few things, like I barely feel anything anymore, other than just being relaxed.
I mean, that's good that you're relaxed. I'm like, you still love
Yeah,
me, right?
but of course, that's what I'm saying. With the exception of a few things, like I barely feel anything.
E. Let's see. Your husband gives me the vibe that he's secretly a satyr. Are you a satyr? Are you secretly a satyr?
What?
There you go. There's your answer. Let's see. Making sure that I didn't miss any questions for you, baby. Yes, we have Play Takes Two on the channel. So, what was Brian's life like before he met you? I think that's a better question for you. Because I don't know necessarily much about your life other than, like, what you've told me. Like, was there anything big about, like, a difference before you met me?
Nope, I just existed.
My goodness. Any advice for the lonely people with no Valentines? Treat today with your friends. It's also Friendship Day. So Valentine's Day, while we encompass it more of the romantic side of love, there is platonic love, sexual love, appreciative love, love for people who work with you, love for people you respect. There is more types of love than just romantic love, and a lot of people tend to forget that friendships are also a big part of what makes life bearable. So use today to appreciate your friends. So yeah, and if you don't necessarily have any friends who are that close, then appreciate like your family, your pets, self-love. Yeah, self-love, except like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, just if you really feel like you don't got anyone, then fuck it, treat yourself. Get yourself, something fancy, or get yourself that sweet treat you've been really wanting. Violate some laws. I don't know.
Don't violate laws. Please do not be a criminal. Please do not commit laws.
Commit various war crimes. Treat yourself.
Do not commit various war crimes. Oh my god. Is there a song out there that you claim the song describes your love? Oh god. The songs have changed multiple times, but I think the one that's always stood out to me is Symphony. Because if you don't know what Symphony is, it's literally a guy, very at the beginning, the lyrics are, I used to hear a simple song. That was until you came along. Now in its place there's something new. I hear it when I look at you. And the big melodic, like, change of the melody and the chords goes to, I used to hear a simple song. That was until you came along. You took my broken melody, and now I hear a symphony. Oh. And it's always resonated as that is the song, because both of us, I at least I'll speak for myself. I can't speak for you, baby. That was the thing that kind of helped me. Because before Bryan, and I'm going to go into detail about this because this is Valentine's Day and because we're being truthfully honest, and I have a bottle of soju that's kind of opening me up a little bit. My last long-term serious relationship, I was sexually assaulted. I was abused verbally, emotionally, and sexually. So it didn't occur to me until I was with Bryan about the sexual bit, because for me, I thought I was just trying to please the person I was with. I thought I was just acquiescing to his request of our relationship, even though I did say no. And that's the thing that him and a lot of people have confirmed with me. Like, if you said no, it is assault. Even though I thought I was just being a good partner. So after we broke up, it was one of those things where I thought I was wrong. I thought I did something terrible. I thought I did something to adversely affect my life to where I would never find love again. So my song became very one note. It became on my own a singular melody, an a cappella tune that I would just sing by myself. So when Bryan came into my life, it changed to where I finally heard music again. I finally heard happiness again. And I say that very, seriously. And here I am about to cry. But that's because of the soju. I'm blaming the soju on that one. Yeah, it was one of those things where I had to change my song. And with him, I was able to do so very easily. I heard so many different instruments and melodies that it just made a legitimate... It made a legitimate symphony. I thought I couldn't hear music again. To be very honest. But yeah, what about you, Bryan? Before I start crying.
Yeah, my relationships as well weren't really the best. Like, the last serious one that I had only lasted about a year. And even then, towards like the end of it, I was just kind of left in the dark about a lot of things. So it was also kind of a long distance relationship in a sense, because it was while I was in college, and she was like in a different city that's like only 30 minutes by car. But of course, me being a broke college student, I didn't have a car. So of course, in the last few months of the relationship, things just kind of went zero communication. And yeah, again, a lot of my previous relationships also were just kind of not the best, because more often than not, I was kind of abused in some way. And I was also the one that was broken up with. And what sucks is that even to this day, I'm what people call a romantic type, where I would I guess it was like a lot of the media that I've consumed growing up, where there was always depictions of romantic relationships and true love and all that stuff. And I guess for like the longest time, I've wanted that kind of feeling that they would show on like movies, TV shows, and stuff like that. And the biggest thing I can say for people that are, trying to look for that special someone, don't force the search. Because you might not find like the one person that truly connects with you, or it's better to just kind of go along with your life and what's the word I'm looking for? Just focus on yourself. The right person will come along one way or another. And honestly, that's kind of how I was for a while, until one day hearing Mickey's voice for the first time just kind of like, not gonna lie, it felt like I was shot by Cupid's arrow. And the funniest thing that I can still think of, I think it's all started essentially by that fucking blue rat. I know you might be thinking how. It's because it started, I'm pretty sure for you Sonic nerds know of the the community called Sonic Paradox, the one that make the Sonic shorts. One of the animators of the shorts had a podcast. There was like an improv podcast where he brought in like voice actor friends to do, skits and improv stuff for a little bit. And one of the guests on there was Alejandro Sab, as you know as Sayu, because he was always like, uh, he's gonna probably get mad about this, or I don't know if he still like is a good sport about it. He was always the butt of the joke of that podcast. Like everybody would always make fun of him, and one of the running jokes was, uh, like to not fuck it up, or as they call it, don't kaggy it up.
Oh my god.
But because like again, just how funny things were with him, I thought he was pretty cool. So I checked out his YouTube channel, and then I saw like all the let's plays he was doing at the time. One of which was one of Michaela's game. I think it was like Made with Perfection.
Yeah, pretty much sure that was it.
Then hearing like your voice kind of caught my attention, so I checked out. Eventually led me to checking out your channel, where I've heard one of your demo reels. I can't remember which one it was. It was like an early one. I want to say
Oh
20.
god.
It was an early one where like it fucking starts off with you using your sexy voice, and I'm just like, oh, I'm hooked. So again, it's just going back to what I was saying before. For those that are trying to look for their special someone, don't try and force it. Like, don't try and going on like dating apps thinking like that'll be the way to do it. And of course, I say that as someone that fucking found the love of my life through fucking Twitch. Point being is that one of these days, it's just gonna come out of nowhere, and you realize that one day, when you find that someone, you ask yourself, how are you able to live this far without them?
I love him, guys. I really do. All right, let's keep going. We got really heavy into this one. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. What was the most romantic thing you did for each other? Oh god. At least I think I know my answer for you. There was one thing that Bryan had always wanted to do, but never had the chance to until very recently. The Sonic Symphony. We found out that it was coming to Chicago, and Bryan had this look of childlike wonder in his eyes, and I'm like, oh no, this is the thing. This is the thing that's going to change his life. And being that I've always wanted to support him, he is a musician, first and foremost. For those of you who don't know, he's actually trained in like piano, guitar, and saxophone, and it's absolutely hot, and I have recordings of him doing his fantastic stuff, and I will never, ever, 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 ever delete them because they're mine and he can't do anything about it. But basically, I told him, give me the dates of when those tickets get into pre-order. Give me the dates. And the minute that they went out, I was one of the first in line to grab tickets for the show. The very first Sonic Symphony that, when it came back, what was it, in like 2023? 2023, I want to say? Because last year was the second time. So I want to say 2023?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So it was for 5th anniversary. It was a big deal. And so I got us tickets in the best seats that I could. And I went so far as to even book hotel rooms at the oh my god, because sorry, the soju's hitting my brain. There was a hotel nearby, very fancy hotel. I can't remember what it's called, but I booked it as a special occasion for there. And it was walkable distance from the auditorium theater where the Sonic Symphony was held. And I literally scheduled an entire day for us in Chicago to be able to enjoy and then go to Sonic Symphony and then relax and enjoy. And I think that was probably the best thing I had ever done prior, even. Because that night at the Sonic Symphony, I had brought a thing of tissues just in case. You could see the child come out of him. And I say that very lovingly. Like, I could see, like, baby Bryan kind of, like, watching the show and being absolutely happy. And so, yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, yeah. I think that was my biggest romantic gesture for him. But yeah, what about you? He's thinking about it.
Proposing to a Disney?
Yeah. Yeah. But we planned that together, man.
True, but we never said where we would do it.
Fair. Yeah, I proposed to you in the Japan Pavilion in Epcot.
Yeah, and I proposed to you in front of Beast Castle.
It was so sweet. But yeah, so it was one of those things. Like, yeah.
Also, the hotel was the Palmer House.
Oh, the Palmer House. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was literally within walking distance. Let's see. If you could give each other one gift that says "I see you and accept you," what would it be? I would probably hunt down the entire Sonic team to have them sign something for Bryan. The entirety of Sonic team. So that way he knows that I know that what he likes, and maybe even like some of like the House of the Dead team, or like a House of the Dead copy. Yeah, because there's 3 things in life that I've noticed that Bryan absolutely loves and keeps to his chest as like something he appreciates, which is Sonic the Hedgehog, House of the Dead, and anything like that is in the wheelhouse of like Killer 7, No More Heroes, and all of that. So anything but made by those teams that is personalized and by the developers of those projects, I would hunt down and give to him a gift. Especially if they're like music CDs. I know he absolutely loves the music, especially recently of either Sonic or No More Heroes. So yeah.
If I had like a bunch of fucking money, it would be the opportunity to have you work with the creator of Umineko.
Ryuki Shio-7. I would die. I would fucking pass out. I would like be like I would have a heart attack right then and there. For those of you who don't know, Ryuki Shio-7 was one of my biggest writing inspirations, other than my dad. He is literally Ryuki Shio-7 is literally the reason I made Seduce Me the Otome. But yeah, so all right. Kibasama and Bryan really said, "Let's time to make these nerds happy." In front of these cats. Yeah, no. It was one of the things we didn't tell each other how we were gonna propose. So both of us were on edge the entire time we were at Disney. Like, when are we getting proposed to? So I pulled him aside to the Japanese pavilion and proposed there. And then in front of Beast Castle, while we were getting pictures, is when he pulled the ring out. So I was like, "Oh my god!" Because Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney story. But yeah.
Yeah, I still never forget like because there was what's the word, a cast member that was like taking photos in front of Beast Castle.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the person taking the pictures saw me pull out the ring, like I could hear the shutter clicks like go faster.
It was so sweet. Did you get a picture of his face in Absolute Wonder? It's actually available on YouTube. I actually got a picture of his face. Like a visual of his face. I don't know if people really see Bryan's face like I do. Huh? But to me, like to a lot of people, I'm sure it looks like Bryan was just like really absorbed in the music, really happy, really excited. For me, I legitimately saw the child come out of him, and it was just really, really like heartwarming to know that he felt safe enough to come out. Because even with people, there is a level of defensiveness that comes with something you hold dear. But to see him come wildly open up and wildly enjoy himself at Sonic Symphony was just truly a blessing for me. And to know that he felt safe opening up around me was another like level of appreciation. So yeah.
Yeah, if anyone's curious, like I did cry plenty of times during the Sonic Symphony. It was like around the beginning, hearing like the Sonic 1 medley, then the Believe in Myself, It Doesn't Matter part of the symphony. Like especially the It Doesn't Matter, because that's one of my personal favorite songs, because it really feels like that is like the perfect theme that encapsulates who and what Sonic is. And to hear that like orchestrated, especially like having a violin play the main melody, that to this day still makes me cry, because like I always appreciate the violin as an instrument, like not just because of how beautiful it can sound, but because um my grandpa also plays the violin, but more in like in a mariachi sense. But still, to just hear a violin play like one of my favorite songs of all time, like always makes me choke up. And then of course, I think the hardest that I ended up crying was during the rock concert part. They played Endless Possibilities, which is my all-time favorite song, because it not only it's from Sonic Unleashed, which is my personal favorite Sonic game, but like that's the kind of theme that makes me. It's like the perfect theme to be able to like explore the world, which is also the main message of well, not the main message, but just the theme of Sonic Unleashed is to travel the world. So just hearing that in person, like in a live concert, and just having the chance to sing along like that just fucking broke me.
I think that's the latest question. If anyone has any other questions, straight up, it could be goofy as shit. It could be, what's the one embarrassing thing that the other person does that they don't know, or like whatever. This is a Q&A that's kind of like impromptu, so feel free. Oh my god, I'm almost done with my bottle of soju. But babe, look how much soju I've drank.
Damn, I'm barely halfway through mine.
I almost drank my entire bottle of soju. Oopsie doodle. Oopsie doodle. But yeah, so if anyone's got any other questions, great. But like, I love this band. I do. I really, really do. We've been doing drinking, and eating and hydrating. What is one thing your partner does that is your pet peeve? Oh, so we listen and we don't judge. Okay, so we're gonna say this together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. We listen and we don't judge. Let's see. Pet peeve of mine. Pet peeve. I need to hear you playing more music. I know, like, you've been very busy, like, working your tail off. I know you've been working so hard recently, but I miss when I hear you play music. Even if it's just you pulling out the piano or like you pulling the guitar, and it's like, play your music, dude. You love music. Like, literally, I remember Class of 3000 was your... Yeah, I know this! Class of 3000 is one of your big inspirations of jazz. Like, play that shit! Like, do it! I don't give a fuck if it's in the middle of the night. I don't give a fuck. We live no longer in... Sorry. We don't live in an apartment anymore. Play that shit whenever you want. If you feel inspired, do it. Don't hold back, my dude. And if anyone bitches about it, I'll go fucking yell at them. I don't go fuck. Play your music. That's my pet peeve. Play more music. Yeah. What about you? We listen and we don't judge.
You get really stubborn to the point when you make a decision, like that's it. Like even though like when basically when I wanted to like try and change it, that's pretty much it.
That is fair. I am very stubborn. Yeah. It comes to the point where, like, I have to do this and I have to do this right now. And Bryan will look at me like, please, please don't. That's fair. That's fair. All right, that's fair. There you go. That's the one pet peeve we have at each other. When did you know you could trust each other completely? I think it was the second time we met. In all honesty, I thought it would be the first time. No, it's the second time we met. First time, it was one of those things where it was very clear that was honeymoon phase. That was quote unquote honeymoon phase. That was like, oh, you see each other for the first time. It's the first time. Obviously, physical tensions are high, and all that stuff. But I think the second time we came around is like, this is serious. And this is where I knew I could trust him at this point. Because every time we did anything together, he would always ask me. He would always ask my comfortability on it. And there have been times I said no. I've said no to a couple things. And part of me was worried that I was not being a good partner by saying no, but he absolutely respected my choices. So yeah. That's how I knew I could trust him. Is when he actually respected my boundaries. What about you? He's thinking about it.
I think it was just like me being comfortable enough to just be like myself around you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know when that will happen? Sorry, I'm also like, the soju's hitting it a little harder, so everything's like, the world's kind of swaying back and forth like a ship. So.
I say you did finish. You almost finished the bottle. I'm still like 60% done with it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember when that was. Like, I don't know. I honestly can't remember.
Okay, that's all good, but that's a kind of good point. Like if that is the point. Sorry, I'm repeating things, but that's the point where you felt comfortable with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Making sure I didn't miss any questions.
Someone asked who snores. We both do.
Oh, we both do, 100%. Absolutely. There's no. We snore. We make ugly noises around each other. We fart. It's great. Did he ever give you the light skin scare? No. The light skin stare? No. He has never done that to me. Thank God. And because he knows that I'm just like, that's just unruly. And I'm like, that is gross. Gross. What are we laughing? Why are we laughing?
Could you please remind me the reason why two giggle had a soap pump face?
Okay, I'm gonna tell this story, goddammit, because you refuse to accept responsibility for this, because I know it was you. So here's the thing: the first time me and Bryan met, I had booked a hotel for us, and that way we can, do what long distance relationships do, because we're adults. We were spending a lot of time together. He got away from his house for a bit. It was great. So we shared a bathroom, obviously. Now, the bathrooms in hotels typically don't have good, like, hand soaps in the hotel, and I was there for, like, a week. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna buy a hand soap dispenser, a soap pump, for the bathroom, so that way we can, wash our hands like good people do. At least what I do, because I actually, like, am very OCD when it comes to, like, hand hygiene. Like, I have hand sanitizer for days. Bryan can attest. Whenever I cook, I wash my hands at least, like, 5 times during the process. Like, that is how crazy I am with hand washing. So at one point during the middle of my visit, for some reason the soap pump was facing the wall. I go into the bathroom, do my thing, go to wash my hands, and the soap pump is facing the wall. And my brain is going, why is it facing the wall? I don't get it. I don't have it facing the wall. I use the hand pump all the time. It needs to face me. So I turn it around, wash my hands like the good person I am, walk out of the bathroom, and Brian's just Brian's lounging on the bed, relaxing. And I'm like, Brian? Why is the soap dispenser facing the wall? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, I don't know either. Did you have it facing the wall? And we kept going back and forth at each other like, no, I didn't. Did you have it facing the wall? No, I didn't. Did you have it facing the wall? And for a solid 5 minutes, we didn't have any alcohol. Me and Brian do not do drugs. We just were laughing hysterically at the fact that one of us refuses to acknowledge that they faced the soap dispenser towards the fucking wall.
Yeah, Mickey.
No, you! I wash my hands all the time! I would have it facing me as part of my routine! It had to have been you! You just refused to acknowledge it! So yeah, that's the joke. That if we were to ever have a reception for our wedding, it will be the one thing I will never forgive Brian is that he refuses to acknowledge that he faced the soap pump towards the wall instead of towards the sink because he thinks that me, the woman with OCD, the woman who literally washes her hands 5 times while cooking, would face the wall. It was facing the soap pump towards the wall instead of the sink. Oh my goodness. Ugh. But yeah, that's the story. That's the story of the soap pump facing the bathroom mirror. But let's see. Okay. Whew. Whew. Does Brian have to suplex you in order to go to bed? Brian, would you like to answer that question?
No.
No. Brian,
Besides, we all know this bitch doesn't sleep.
right? I haven't slept since 2013. I haven't slept since 2013. If your relationship could be represented by an anime, which one would it be? Oh god, I wouldn't know. I don't know if there's any good story that would highlight us, in all honesty. Because ours is such a unique story.
Yeah.
So I don't think there would be representation by an anime. It would be cool if it, like, was made down the line. But nah, I don't think so. What joke has Brian said that made you groan the most? Oh god. Anytime he puns. Anytime he puns at me. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna spill the tea. I'm gonna spill the tea in our bedroom life. We lay in bed all the time and just watch TikToks. Hey, you thought I was gonna talk about our sex life. That's me and Brian's shit.
You're nasty.
Yeah, nasties. But me and Brian, like, every day for like 30 minutes, we'll like lay in bed and cuddle, and we'll just, because we figure it's a good, healthy way to also establish that we're still together, we're still grounded and all that stuff. So we spend 30 minutes a day kind of laying in bed and watch TikToks. And so I send him TikToks that I think he would find funny. He sends me TikToks that he finds funny just to see my reaction to them. So, like, 9 out of 10 times for the TikToks he sends me, it's this goofy ass, like, do-do-do joke, or like some sort of pun that I just, because, you know, y'all know me. That. Y'all know me, I don't appreciate puns. Like something like that, and I'll just give him this dead stare of like, why would you do this to me? Why would you hurt me like this? And for a good solid minute, he'll just be giggling and chuckling, and it's like, yeah, that's our life right now. Not the Jet Set Radio sound effect. Yeah, no. For a good solid week, he would send me TikToks just with fucking people spinning things with the Jet Set Radio sound effect. But yeah. Let's see. Brian sounds like a big Sega fan. Has he ever played Seaman on the Dreamcast?
Heard of it, have not played it.
There you go. And there you go. This is true love. Like, actually, I have felt it, and this is it. Mickey, why don't you sleep? Because God demands that I constantly work, even when people, like, throw me under the bus, piss me off, make me a villain, whatever the case may be. I just constantly work without end. That's always been my life. What is something you do to each other that you know gets on each other's nerves, but you both know is done out of love? I constantly tell him to look for better jobs and to, like, pursue his musical loves and interests. I constantly push him to look to video editing as a job or like doing something that's at home. Because, you know, I want my husband to be home. I don't want my husband to go out into the world with nasty ass rude people with cyber trucks and Republican hats. I want him home. So I do this out of love. But I know that I constantly like, hey, Brian, this place is hiring. You should apply. And like 9 times out of 10, he either applied and got denied or like he hasn't. He's just not interested. But I'll constantly do it anyway. And I know I do it anyway because he gives me this look of, are you fucking serious? You're talking about this right now? I'm like, yes, I am. Because I want you home. I want you happy. So yeah, that's one thing that I do. So there you go. What about you, Brian?
But that's the thing, like I don't do things to get on your nerves, even if it is out of love. Unless I do.
You do. Water.
Yes, because you need to be hydrated
No,
and
I
not
don't.
just
Oh, he's giving me the look. Oh no.
Do you want to be like your brother?
What brother?
Kidney stones?
Oh yeah. What brother? Oh yeah. I mean, I don't have kidney stones. I'm not
Yet.
I mean I drink Gatorade and you refuse to acknowledge that's water.
Because it's not.
But it is.
No,
But it
it's
is.
not. No, it's not.
But it is. You know what? Here. I'll make you a deal. I'll drink more water when you fucking admit that you're the one that makes the soap pumping toward the wall.
Fine.
Legit?
I'm gonna hold you to it if you do.
Legit? No, like hands on the table in front of everyone right the fuck now. Legitimately. Okay, I need you to say this on the microphone. You were the one that faced the soap dispenser towards the wall.
It was me.
Okay, then I'll drink my water. You know me, I don't take promises lightly. I'll do it. It was me, Barry. Oh god, here he comes. Oh no. Done. Sorry, he just slammed a bottle of water in my face. Hold on, I gotta go drink it. Alright, hold on. See, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew he did it. We got him, guys. We got him.
You know, that's fine. If it means you start drinking water more, I'll take it.
You forced a confession that this guy. No! I told him he had to admit it. Not that he had to confess falsely. He had to admit it. So it is truth. God, was that you? Somewhere a retired hotel meta laughing her ass off. Oh my god. Let's see. If I want to post a picture on Discord that would make you where to put it, just put it in fan work or something like that. So I'm also looking. Do you know a video game called Gravity Rush? Yes, I do. It was Tebow that did it. God was here. Yeah. Brian and the Sonic Symphony with his Idol Light stick. We didn't get one. The line was so long for the Idol sticks, we couldn't get one.
Yeah, it's like both times that we went, the line was like so long it wrapped around like twice, and when I'm pretty sure it probably went out the door.
God, is that you? God, why are you speaking for my husband? Yeah, it was still on.
Oops.
Oh my god.
Yeah, again, the line for the merch was so fucking long. There was really no point in going. The thing is, like, even we got there an hour before the symphony started, and the line was already going out the door.
Yep. It was crazy. God has spoken. All right. Sorry, I'm also chugging down 1.5 liters of water.
It doesn't have to be all at once.
Yes, it does, or else I'm not gonna drink it. So I know my body. Don't look at me like that. You know me better. You know me better.
It doesn't have to be all at once.
If I don't do
can
it,
be
it's never
throughout
gonna
the
be
day.
It's not. If I don't do it, it's not gonna be drink.
I'll remind you.
It's not gonna happen. It has to be done all at once, or I'm not doing it. Don't give me that look.
The point of being hydrated is to be hydrated throughout the day, not in like 5 minutes.
Tell my body that likes to make sure that I only eat certain times during the day whenever I have breaks from work.
We're gonna work on that.
Oh my god. All right. So are you both basically the word of God in this stream? I am merely a muse. I am merely someone with a creative spirit. The one with the reverb is the voice of God. So is there a difference with how you treat the cats and how Brian treats it? Oh yes, there's absolutely a difference. So when we got cats, it came to a point where I started to realize how our dynamics are very different when it comes to pets. With me, I treat my daughters as delicate little princesses, and only when they piss me off, such as like meowing constantly or like running away when I'm trying to give them pets, it's just kind of like I'll usually be like, "Oh, hey baby, how you doing, baby? Hi, sweetie." And I'll just be like that typical cat mom. That's just all of that stuff. And the only difference is when, like, for example, if my girls are yelling for me to go upstairs so they can explore upstairs for like 5 minutes and then run back down because they're scared. It's one of those things where it's like, that's the only time I'd be like, yeah, shut up. Yep, I love you. Shut up. Stop. Shut up. But Brian likes to gremlin walk at them. And sometimes goes to like grab them, lift them up in the air, treat them like dogs sometimes. Whereas like he'll like grab them by the head, rustle their head a little bit. Mind you, both of us are very responsible pet owners. Let's get that in the clear right now. We would never do anything that would intentionally harm our cats. We would never do anything that would intentionally be aggressive toward our cats. But Brian would literally go into the gremlin crab walk at them. And then sometimes he'll do like the dog like at them just to like fuck around with them.
When was the last time I did that?
Oh, a bit ago. I'm drunk. I can't be quoted to remember memory. Memory.
Then don't be saying that shit.
But no, Brian does baby talk them, but more often than I'm the baby talker. And then Brian's the one who like lift the girls up and like cradle them like a football and walk around with them. And all that stuff.
Well, I haven't tried lifting them like a baby because like I feel like if I tried, they'd just immediately jump out.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's see. Would water mixed with flavoring of some kind count? I want to believe that counts, but Bryan doesn't believe that counts.
Last I checked, sugar isn't water.
It's still water.
No, it's not.
It's still water.
Water is 2 parts oxygen, 1 part hydrogen.
Okay. Then let's argue the point here. If I put salt, pepper, and garlic on steak, is it steak? If I put seasoning on a steak, Bryan, is it still a steak?
There's 2 different things. You're comparing water to steak.
No. If you add things to other things, it doesn't redefine them. So, answer the question, does salt, pepper, garlic change what a steak is?
Okay, well, with that logic, then that means putting Kool-Aid in water. Is it still water? No, it's Kool-Aid.
No, it's also water with
Because
Kool-Aid.
last I checked, water isn't red.
But it's still water.
No, it's not. It's Kool-Aid.
Then it's not steak. Then it is not steak.
Yes, it is, because the steak's already there. It's already cooked.
So is the water. The water's already there. It's just flavored.
No, it's not, because it's Kool-Aid. It's advertised as Kool-Aid. You don't just say...
Okay. Then this will bring the point. The Red Sea. The Red Sea. Is the Red Sea made of water? The Red Sea is full of salt. Is the Red Sea made of water? Yes or no?
It's still fucking water, you dummy.
But it's made of water and multiple minerals and chemicals making it salt. Salt water. Is it still water?
You're like that person that called work asking if our grilled chicken sandwich is breaded or grilled.
What do you mean by that? It's still water.
No, it's not. It's still Kool-Aid.
See, in my opinion, you're the one that questions whether or not it's grilled or crispy. Because I'm looking at it, it's fucking chicken. Why are you asking if there's a difference?
No. I'm saying someone asked if our grilled chicken sandwich is grilled or breaded.
See, the difference is it's still chicken. I recognize...
That's not answering the question.
I recognize that water without flavoring and water with flavoring is still water. I'm not asking whether or not a flavored water is either flavored or not flavored water. I am asking if anything mixed with water is still making it water.
No, it's not, because
Yes.
again, when you have a pitcher of Kool-Aid, does anyone say, "Ooh, let me get that flavored water"? No, it's let me have some of that Kool-Aid.
And it's still water.
No, it's not. I just said they're calling it Kool-Aid.
You can!
No amount of bird calling is helping your case.
Katie! Make a poll for Twitch chat! I want to see Twitch chat argue with me. Is flavored water still water? I want to see a poll in chat. Katie, please. Make a poll in Twitch. Is flavored water still water? Yes or no? Everyone in Twitch chat must answer. But let's see. Okay. Before we started arguing about water. Let's see. Quick, admit to something else so she'll take her time hydrating with the proper fluids. Since when did you take breaks from work? I don't take breaks from work. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't take breaks. Bryan literally has to yell at me to take breaks sometimes. But let's see. What are each of you the god of? I would say I'm not a god, I am a muse. Like, for example, Aphrodite, who rated it earlier. Aphrodite is a god. I am merely a muse of creativity. I would like to label myself, in true retrospect, as Calliope, who is the muse of epic stories. But that is the thing. What about you, babe? Are you the god of anything?
I'm the god of fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. The god of fuck you. Flavored water is water.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Do you or do you not know a TV show on Netflix called Legend Quest? I recognize the name. I don't know. Does Bryan baby talk the cats?
Yes.
Yes. Will you remember that Bryan admitted to the soap thing tomorrow? Probably not. Me and him are still going to argue. Who baby talks the cats the most? I do. Because I'm with them longer. Mainly because I am with them longer. Not because, like, it's a contest of who can baby talk the cats more. It's because, realistically, I hang out with them a lot more. So... Why are you saying no? Why am I saying no? This is the fucking poll. How dare you? Drink water. Katie! I did not say it! I did not approve that as an option! Yeah, see? Thank you. Yeses. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, there's a super chat that came in from Builder the Robloxian. What do you think of Beetlejuice? I like Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is cool.
Okay.
Hey-oh. Hey-oh. Daylight come and me want go.
Y'all don't fucking agree with anything she says anyway. This is a rigged poll to begin with.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna message all of my friends and ask them a simple yes or no question. Do they believe that flavored water is still water? And they can't pander to me because they are not like your eyes pandering to me. They are asking a very non-conformative question that they can have an honest opinion about. So, I will not tell them the reason why I'm asking the question, thus they cannot be influenced by my opinion, but I will ask them if flavored water is water, and then you will see that the other side of the world agrees that flavored water is still water, just like how seasoned steak is still steak.
You're not getting out of drinking water.
I'm still gonna drink it, but I want you to recognize that me drinking Gatorade or drinking Gamer Subs is still drinking water.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Say it one more time. I like Beetlejuice. I like Beetlejuice. Bryan said it, he likes it. Right? That it's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Would sugar-free drink mixes be okay?
No.
Bah! See? Do you see what I work with here? You see what I work with here?
Because you still need to drink regular, plain old, non-flavored H2O.
So you're saying that if I don't season broccoli, and I still have to drink broccoli, eat broccoli.
See, nope, you fucked up your arguments about it. I win.
I am one bottle of soju in, fucker.
So am I, bitch.
One bottle of soju in, fucker. Let's see. Whose last name are you two taking when you get married? Because, well, here's the thing. For those of you not in the grand US of A, currently run by fascists and Nazis, essentially there is a law that's trying to be passed called the SAVE Plan, or the SAVE Act, or something like that. Where basically, in order to vote in this country, your voting license has to be the same as your birth certificate. Now, here's the thing. When you marry someone in a legal standpoint, at least 50 to 80% of women change their last name to their husband's name. Because, you know, it's a practice that no one really gives a shit about. Some people romanticize it. Some people be like, oh, I want to be like Mrs. XYZ, whatever, for their husband's name. Me, when I decided I wanted to marry Bryan, I wanted to be Mrs. Bibiano. I literally wrote him love notes saying Mrs. Bibiano. Because I was that heavily adoring of the fact that I would be his wife. Because of the fascists that run the United States. I don't know if I can safely do that anymore. Simply because if my right to vote is being taken away by the fucking Nazis and the billionaires that are currently trying to overthrow our government, then I personally cannot do it. Because I will not have a bunch of chuckle fucks, orange tainted, like, fascists try and take away my right to vote just because I want to have my husband's last name. So, I've already told Bryan this, I don't know if I can, but just know in a conversational, formal setting that is outside the bounds of the bullshit of Elon Musk and Donald Cheeto Trump, I am Mrs. Bibiano. In a conversational and formal standpoint. My professional stage name and my entertainer name is Michaela Laws. And according to my birth certificate, and according to my right to fucking vote as someone who is not a cis white man, I am Michaela Amanda Laws. So, fuck that Cheeto and fuck his little bitchy wife Musk. So, anyways, sorry. That shot me out of my fucking soju stupor for half a minute. I am so sorry about that. But yeah. Let's see here. The god of semantics. Labao! But yeah, so let me take a look at the questions. You dabbed at this question. What's the most embarrassing thing you did in front of... Okay, listen. Okay. The most embarrassing thing I did in front of Bryan. Okay. So I'm gonna expose myself a little bit. For those of you unaware of how I work as a creative, when I write visual novels, when I write novels and all that stuff, when I write dialogue, more often than not, I will act out the scene. And anyone who's worked with me can attest to this. For example, like, Roy or like Rikami or like Hayden, Alejandro, anyone who's been with me in a call, and I'm looking at my scripts, I will read through my scripts so that way I can hear the dialogue between the characters and make sure that it makes sense, that it's logistical, that it's human, that it doesn't sound robotic. It doesn't sound like, oh, it's just a writer pretending to know dialogue. No, I speak to people. I actively talk to people. I may not be the most social person in the world, but I will say this with pride. A lot of people come to me saying that my dialogue is realistic, that my dialogue is how people actually speak to each other. And I take very big pride in that. And I do this by making sure I recite my scripts and my books and my dialogue as if I'm performing them. So one night, Bryan was supposed to be Bryan's BRB, by the way. Bryan was supposed to be asleep. He was supposed to be AFK from our like work day and all that stuff. I was busy cooking dinner and he was gonna wake up after his nap, whatever. So basically I was going over a script and I was in front of the oven stirring the pot and all that stuff, and I was just reciting the dialogue I had in mind as I was acting it out. And so I was doing this, I was closing my eyes, I was like using the kitchen as kind of my stage of like this dialogue. I turn around to the bedroom where Bryan was sleeping. He's standing there in front of the door looking at me like I had 3 heads. And mind you, I can't necessarily speak of having a perception of viewing someone talking to themselves because I always mind my business. But looking at my husband and the way he looked at me when I was done with when he interrupted my dialogue with myself, he looked at me like I belonged in the crazy house. I belonged in the place where grippy socks are a thing. And I looked at him, I went pale. I'm like, oh my God, please let me explain. I'm not crazy. I'm going over a script. So Yeah, that was the place where the rats are crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They put me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. So yeah, I had to explain that was part of my creative process, is to make sure that because I want my dialogue to sound realistic, to sound like it could actually be said in reality, that is how I operated. Now, Brian, do you want to say your side of the story of what that night?
Is it bad I don't remember much from it? Because I mean, I was like just barely waking up that night.
Probably.
Also, hey Elliot, how's it going?
Hey. But let's see. Let's see. I'm also trying to make sure I don't miss any questions. Oh goodness gracious. Is sparkling water still water? Yes, because that is water, even though it's sparkling. Even though it's
I will
technically
count
changed. Nah, yeah, no. You'll count sparkling water, but not flavored water. Yeah, yeah, sure. Okay, great. Fantastic. Wonderful. Let's see. Infused water.
It's like a carbonated soda.
It's not the same though. That's not the same because that's a soda.
Oh, now it's not the same.
Because the main ingredient is not water. The main ingredient in flavored water is in the name of the thing. Water! We're gonna argue this to Kingdom Come! But the minute that you and I face St. Peter, and the face is like, hey, is there one thing that's going to be a problem between the two of you? I'm just gonna look at you and be like, yeah, this man doesn't believe flavored water, despite having water in the title of the name, is water!
No, see, no, now you're twisting that because you say that Kool-Aid is water, not flavored water.
I said flavored water. I said flavored water. It's water. It's in the title.
There's no water in Kool-Aid.
But I said flavored water.
Yeah, but you're saying that Kool-Aid is water, and it's not.
I said flavored water. So flavored water, like the stuff you buy at fucking Walgreens and all that stuff, or the stuff you buy at Mariano's and all that stuff. Flavored water.
But you were also making the argument that Kool-Aid is also water.
It could be if it's labeled as flavored water. Brian's marching to a kitchen right now to look and see if it's labeled as flavored water. Okay, that's fine. All right. Oh my god. But Elliot, thank you! Elliot, thank you! Elliot agrees with me! Thank you! If water is the main ingredient of the drink is advertising, it's water! Thank you! And here is Brian's pouting in his seat. Knowing that Elliot agrees with me.
No, again. Because you're making the because again, we've had this conversation before. You said that Kool-Aid is considered water. No, it's not. It just says drink mix.
Okay, so if something was labeled as a flavored water, does it count?
Then yeah, fine. If it's specifically flavored water, like for example, the Propel thing from Gatorade,
Okay.
that's fine. Yeah, I'll count that as flavored water.
Okay, then here's another question a semantic question. If you look at an ingredient list and the main is water, as in the first thing that comes up on the ingredient list is water, does it count as water?
No, because you were also making the argument for Gatorade also counting as water.
Okay,
Gatorade is not water.
correct. It is just an electrolyte drink.
Yes, like I'm pretty sure if I look at the fucking ingredient list for the powdered Gatorade mix we have right now, it ain't gonna say water is the main ingredient.
How to drink more water, why is it important? Dash water, how much water should you... I will take a look when I can, Katie. Thank you, Katie. Thank you! Water is not steak. Steak isn't soluble. We're not talking about water steak. We're talking about seasoned steak.
Yeah, but you try to compare it to steak.
Well, yeah, because if you season steak, is it steak? If you salt, pepper, garlic steak, is it steak?
Yep. You're trying to fucking make a counter argument by comparing apples to oranges.
Okay, y'all trying to make sloppy steaks. Also, Bill to the Robloxian. Why not make Bryan take your last and then he loses the right to vote? And I don't want to take that away from him. Also, because Bryan also is legally allowed to vote, and so, but if the save plan is anything, it's regardless of your gender for voting rights because of the save law thingy that's happening, your voting registration has to match your birth certificate. So that's the issue. That's why
Which is very stupid.
Yeah, that's why I cannot take Bryan's last name as it is right now. So, water steak lamau. I heard infused water with lemon is still water, but it's the processed stuff that makes it not healthy as regular water. Yeah.
It's still water. You're only just adding lemon to it. It's your argument with adding fucking salt and pepper to a steak. It's still steak.
That is correct. Like, if you add lemon to a water, it's like tea. Aha! If it's tea, motherfucker! Alright, if it's tea, is it still water? Says flavor water can count as your daily hydration needs. Thank you, Katie! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
Well, that's the thing. You're making something into something else. You don't call a fucking cup of tea and say, this is some good water.
A lot of people say that it's leaf water.
Yeah, those are the same motherfuckers that call coffee bean soup. You don't fucking have a mug of coffee and you say, I'm having some bean soup.
Now listen, it's not bean soup. It's bean water.
No. You don't get to have your cake and eat it too, bitch.
Bryan's getting so pressed about water.
Yeah, because she's trying to still get out of the fact that she doesn't drink water at all, and I'm trying to have her drink water so that she doesn't end up with kidney stones like her brother.
Listen, I do drink water. You just don't accept the fact that I drink water because it's not the way you drink water. It's not the very fancy like bougie Fiji water.
At this point, it doesn't even have to be the I will take off the filter off our sink and make you drink the tap water.
I bought that filter. Thank you very fucking much.
You want to be all bougie and stuff? I'll fucking take the filter off and drink the tap water myself.
It's Brita versus Fiji. I will drink the Brita filter water while you sit here and buy big gallons of Fiji.
And yet we have scientific fact that it is better for you. Thank you, Food Theory.
Thanks, Santi, for making my husband feel empowered. Can we talk about how Mickey does not eat much? Listen, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that.
Oh no, I'm still getting here to fix that too.
No, we're not talking about that. What about the Mio flavored enhancers? I mean, I would agree that that's perfectly acceptable. But again, Bryan doesn't accept anything to be added to water to be not water. You'd have a fun conversation with the chicken and the egg. Me and Bryan are both in agreement about the chicken and the egg. They make a great breakfast.
Exactly.
Bryan and Water can easily agree on that one. But let's see. Making sure we didn't miss any questions. We probably did. Do you think soup counts as water? The main ingredient is water. I agree that soup counts as water. But that's just me. Ooh!
Depends how you make the soup.
Extremely fair. Like egg drop soup, easy. That's easy. But what is y'all's favorite food on your dates? Oh, it depends on where we eat, honestly.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Because we eat yeah, go ahead.
I think you're better. Yeah, we go to this Asian market that has like a food court that has like a whole bunch of different restaurants. One place sells some ramen and it's like really good.
Oh yeah, like for like a lot of Asian places, it's either ramen or sushi, or if it's like the whole hole in the wall Chinese place, which is like the best Chinese places ever, then obviously it would be like beef and broccoli for Bryan, and me it'll either be like a oh my god, what do I usually get? Like some sort of like lo mein or a fried rice.
Yeah, I would say lo mein.
Lo mein fried rice or something like that.
Mostly fried rice.
Yeah, mostly fried rice. For if we go into like a Latino Mexican restaurant, Bryan will get whatever he fancies that day because he loves he loves Mexican food. Me, I'll usually get fajitas because that's great for my PCOS. Fajitas are also very fucking delicious. Ew, pardon me. But then what else is there? Yeah, Italian. Oh my god, Italian. We both get pastas. We both get pastas.
I like how someone asks, "Is tea water?" If you say like a British person, I'm pretty sure they don't call it water time. They call it tea time.
They don't. That tea time is not even equivalent to tea. You know what tea time is in Britain, right?
Do I look British?
It's dinner.
Do I look British?
Tea time is dinner in Britain. If you want tea time, do you want a cuppa?
Do I look British?
But let's see. As Jacksepticeye once said, dirty bean water. Exactly. Coffee is just dirty bean water. But is steak still steak if you marinate it? I agree. It is still
Yes.
steak. Yes.
Like that doesn't what?
But if you marinate it, you change its flavor. You change it from being a steak to not being a steak, and now it is a marinated steak.
It's still steak. It has steak in the title.
So
you made this argument
flavored
before.
Water is still water.
Yes, we've already made that. We've come to that agreement that if it's flavored specifically water with like a little bit of flavor in it, that's fine. Kool-Aid and Gatorade is not water.
How many bottles of Fiji do you currently have? Bryan, how many bottles of Fiji do we currently have?
My last grocery run, it was 4 bottles.
There you go.
And it's not just like a, itty bitty bottles. These are like
1.5 liters.
1.5 liter bottles.
Yes.
So like we got the big bottles.
Brigham. Is Bryan your Penelope or your Odysseus? I would be Penelope. Bryan would be Odysseus because he goes out more often than I do.
And I'm waiting for the moment to just crash out on some motherfuckers that deserve it.
So yeah, he is Odysseus. I am Penelope. Man can fix her. Do you think you two would dress as Daddy Dearest and Mommy Mirrors for Halloween? I would love that. I already have the Mommy Mirrors outfit.
Yeah, because like it ain't no secret that you
It's not a
are
secret.
you provided the vocals for Mommy Mirrors on the Funkadelics tracks.
Yes. We are currently working on a couple of the other tracks as I currently speak. I'm not gonna say which ones because we're kind of like writing them out based on like availability. But yeah, I voiced Mommy Mirrors in the Funkadelics Friday Night Funkin' mod. It's not even a mod anymore. They're building their own system now. It's great. But yeah, it's like, yeah, so I do voice Mommy Mirrors, and I would love if we could do a Mommy Mirrors Daddy Dearest cosplay for Halloween. It'd be fun.
That mean I have to dye my chest hair white.
Oh, it's fine. Your chest hair's fine. You look hot with your chest hair. That's just me saying it. And a bunch of other gay men who agree. But let's see here. Bryan can handle hot sauce. He ain't British. That is extremely fair. The man can handle the last dab. Well, I'm suffering for 15 minutes.
Again, I have the Mexican buff. I can handle any sort of spice.
But let's see. Have you ever done graffiti or breakdancing? I have actually trained in breakdancing. For those of you who more Michaela lore. From like middle school all the way to college, I actually did dance training for ballet, jazz, tap, hip hop, contemporary, and a little bit of ballroom. And breakdancing was part of my hip hop regiment, where we would learn basically Chicago step, basic hip hop that like was just more generic international hip hop, and breakdancing. So I actually was trained in breakdancing, but my knees are a little too like to be able to do it anymore.
Yeah, literally, if she tries, bobbing her knees up and down, she could probably make the next what's it called, Jersey Club mix.
Yeah, with just my knees. In terms of graffiti, I've dabbled with graffiti. I've never actually like practiced with it.
The closest I've ever come to graffiti is playing Jet Set Radio.
Hey, there you go. Hey, yo. Let's see. Stephen Ross. Caffeine is a diuretic. That is correct. Caffeine is a diuretic. That's why I try to cut it out as much as I physically can. But obviously, I can't cut it out completely out of my life, or else I just become irritable to everyone I meet.
Yeah, besides, you don't need like caffeine to stay awake. That's your insomnia that does that for you.
Yeah, right? My insomnia already keeps me awake. Enough. What if Bryan voices Tankman in Funkadelics? That would be fucking cool. If you just gave your voice for Tankman. Because we already have
I'm
Daddy
thinking
Darius.
about it.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if I'd have like can match like the range that Johnny Utah does.
Well, I mean, if we couldn't get Johnny Utah.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Oh, it's a serious question. Do either of you have any regrets, and what are your hopes this year? Regrets in the relationship or regrets in general? Because I have many regrets in general. But in terms of the relationship, I'm literally I don't think I do. In all regrets in general, oh, I have plenty. I wish I wasn't so kind. I wish I wasn't so naive. I wish that people who broke my trust, I already knew. Like, here's the thing. When it comes to people, ask anyone who's worked with me. I always see the best in someone. And I admit that to a fault. Where it's like, I've said this to people. I don't care what you've done with others. Don't disrespect me. Do your work. Be kind. Don't be a dick. And I don't care what you've done in your past. As long as you fix yourself and be better. That has always been my thing. That's why people look at me when I work with people that are either like, quote unquote, like a problem or all that stuff. And they're like, why are you working with X, Y, and Z? I'm like, it's not about them. It's the fact that we're doing something together and that we're making something for the benefit of everyone. It's not about them. So like, when it comes to like people having issues with the people I work with, like there's a couple of voice actors that are very much a topic of conversation in the voice acting community where they're like, why would anyone work with these voice actors? And I'll just look at them and be like, they're doing the work. Like they are doing the work. They're being quiet. They are not causing they're not causing trouble in this project, etc., etc. So I would never hold a grudge against them. But then when I'm proven wrong, when they act out or they act like an idiot or they do something illegal or they do some bullshit, and I have to look at them and be like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? All you had to do was not be an idiot. All you had to do is sit down and do your fucking work. And it comes to the point where I'll be like, please get better over time. Please fix yourself. Please don't do this again. And there are 4 voice actors now that I've cut off completely because they've proven to me they will not change. But there are others who I wish the best that they will. I wish and hope and pray that they will. And I may not work with them like closely anymore, but that's the personality I have. That is, I have lived in a world where for a good 25 years, I was told to kill myself. I was told I was too ugly to be raped. I was told that I am too... I would break mirrors. That I am too ugly to be loved. I am worthless. My work ethic is worthless. And anything I do will always haunt me. And I would never, ever, ever put that pressure on someone. Even if they are the worst kind of person in the world, I always try and believe that anyone can overcome their obstacles as long as they put in the work. It's not enough to say, I'm going to change. It needs to be active change. So there have been a lot of voice actors I've worked with who have absolutely stepped up to the plate and have changed and have become better. I've only ever cut off people that have chosen not to. So for me, my only regret and my main regret is that I am too fucking nice. As much as I publicly say I'm a bitch, I'm a cunt, I am someone who will say shit and not be, like, flowery about it, I will admit that I am extremely fucking nice. I am extremely forgiving. Because I wish the best for people. I wish that people would become better. And me adding on to the, God, you're a scumbag! Oh my god, I hope you die! Oh my god, you're not worthy of love! Oh my god, you're the worst kind of person! I am not going to be that kind of a voice for someone. I will not ever be that kind of a voice for someone. I'll cut someone off and not affiliate if they are that bad of a person. But I will not join that little fucking bullshit chorus of being that kind of asinine, God, I hope you are miserable for the rest of your fucking life because you did X, Y, and Z. I hope you die a horrible death. I hope you are living alone and suffering miserably for the rest of your life. No, we have too much of that in the world. We have people on the conservative side wishing that upon the LGBTQ plus community, on minorities, just for them existing. Why would I wish to add to that? So, that's my regret, is that I am too nice. People have burned me because I'm too nice. So that is my singular regret. God, that sobered me up so nicely. That sobered me up so nice. Bryan, what about you?
Huh?
What is your regret generally in life? I'm also drinking water. Forgive me. Water. Fiji. Water. Not flavored water. Fiji. Water. He's thinking about it. Bryan thinks... Here's the thing about Bryan. Bryan thinks very, very deeply. And I'll say this very lovingly for him. Bryan takes any questions and all that very seriously. Like, deep questions like this. So, it does take him a little more time to make sure that he gets the answer that he wants out. Because knowing Bryan as much as I've known, he wants to make sure that his message is very clear.
I guess the only thing I can think off the top of my head is dropping out of college.
Yeah, that's fair, but I mean, like, even Alejandro like 2 days ago was like, biggest piece of advice, drop out of college. Even my brother is in agreement. But I mean, like, if that's what you wanted to do, then that's fair.
But see, that's the thing. It's like, when I look back at it, it's like, did I really want to get a degree in music education? And then when I really thought about it, I came to the conclusion that no, not really. Like, I'm not cut out for teaching. At least, I don't think I'd be a good teacher. Like, I just want to play music.
Then go to like audio engineering to help be able to mix your music. Audio engineering helps balance music. So, there you go. Unless you want to do music performance. Huh? Unless you just want to do like music composition.
Want to do both?
Well, then do both. Get a minor in one. I have a minor in communications, which is mainly for the writing bit. My main major was fine arts. Yeah. But let's see. Making sure that we What video game couple do you think you share similarities to? Video game couple? I have to think about that because I'm like, there's so many video game couples out there. Because I'm not a damsel in distress, and most females are in a relationship on video games are damsels in distress. No, wait, actually. Cloud and Tifa Lockhart. Cloud, Strife, and Tifa Lockhart.
Yeah, but I don't have an identity crisis.
But you are very quiet and to yourself.
Fuck!
I mean, there you go! Cloud, Strife, and Tifa Lockhart. Because I will literally, like, absolutely fight what I'd want. But there you go. There we go. Let's see. Who do you think is gonna voice Senpai for Funkadelics? Probably, yeah, probably Jams. Most likely, probably Jams.
I was almost about to say something because of the soju.
What did you say? What were you gonna say? Bad or good? Is it something that's against TOS, or is it, like, just chill? Hold on, guys, hold on. Muting. Alright, cool, I heard the thing. Let's see. Any convention plans this year? Unfortunately not. Because I'm very much working behind the scenes on a lot of things, I don't get invited to conventions. But eventually I might, being some NDA stuff might get released. Maybe. I don't know. It'd be really nice.
Yeah, like not going as like a guest, but we do want to try and go to one back at my hometown.
Yeah, there's that one, and there's one we want to go to MagFest one of these years, because MagFest is something that Brian's very interested in, and that my friend Roy Kiato easily recommends. I would love to go. Oh my god, there's a bunch of conventions I would love to go to. So yeah. Let's see. Does that mean you would give Brian a Buster Sword? I would ask what kind of weapon he would want before I would get it for him. Because there's multiple weapons. Brian likes to research weapons, mainly firearms. And it's really interesting to kind of like see him get involved with that, because
Surprise, surprise! The Texan likes guns.
the Texan likes guns. Because there's so many different like facets of guns that have different compositions, different mechanical parts to them, and so I would kind of research like maybe the Killer 7 sword, the Killer 7 sword, the Killer 7 gun from Resident Evil 4. Maybe that, or maybe just a gun from Killer 7 or something like that. So yeah. Let's see. I would like to be a future VA, but I always feel like people will be too harsh on me. What should I do? Do it anyway. Fuck them. Fuck them. The VA community is very open, but we are not afraid to critique each other. And you shouldn't be afraid of critique. You should not be afraid of critique. We all wish to actively help each other out. The ones who wish to harm others do so maliciously and behind the scenes. And so those are the people you want to actively avoid. It's the ones that are very public about their critiques and very much respectful about their critiques that you need to listen to. Because we are not here to piss on each other's shoes. We're not here to be like, oh, if I don't get this job, no one can get this job. That's asinine and bullshit and, quite frankly, childish. It is another to... Hi, Matsuna, thank you so much for the raid. But it's another to essentially help other people be able to get in the field. Like, I wanted to do a 102 class for voice acting one of these days, but I've just been too busy. But there are so many people that often give advice and give help to other VAs, whether it be through Voice Acting Alliance, the Voice Acting Channel, Voice Acting Club, CCC. There's so many different ways to get information. And we all just genuinely just want to help each other. Especially when the world of AI bros and tech geeks and all that stuff want to use AI to replace us. We are trying to do our best to help each other, because right now the war should not be against each other. The war should be against AI voices.
Also, if you're just starting out as a voice actor, there is always one helpful tool, that is I want to be a voice actor, all one word.com.
There you go. Last question, how do we want to classify lemonade or diet lemonade or sugar-free lemonade?
Lemonade.
Yeah. I view it as lemon water. It's just lemon and water. I'm just saying. My God. Don't do that. Don't do that. What characters has Brian voice acted? A couple of actors.
I'm not a voice actor.
He's voicing a couple of things, but a lot of things are uncredited now due to like no longer being part of the project, etc., etc. But yeah, so any advice being a 3D OG character maker? I just need your advice. Just research it. Just research it, and that's all I'm gonna say about it, because this is a Valentine's Day stream. Dream roles to have. Oh my God. My one dream role I can never have, because it's already been cast. My one dream role that I wanted has already been cast, so I cannot take it anymore. Now it's just kind of like, I just do what I want. Have you two sang a duet before? We have! We sang Spice from Food Wars together.
Which I believe was a Valentine's Day cover as well.
It was indeed a Valentine's Day cover. Oh yeah, so we sang together, yeah. Would you two ever sing Would You Fall in Love With Me from Epic? That might be a little too much for Brian's voice, because that Odysseus goes through the gambit of ranges in that song. But I mean, if he's up for the challenge, yeah.
Might need some time on that.
Yeah. So I only say that because it's the gambit of ranges. So it is going from like baritone to tenor. But yeah. Any other questions for me and Bryan? Oh my god, we've been going for 2 hours. We've been going for 2 hours, baby. And half of it was yelling about water. Would you like to be in any animation thing like Hell of a Boss or Monkey Wrench or something like that? Yeah. Yeah.
Preferably more Monkey Wrench than Hell of a Boss, but that's because we have not a fan of the creator.
Yeah. And we're talking about the creator of Hell of a Boss. So yeah. What about Moulin Rouge version of The Show Must Go On? I don't know. I haven't listened to that one. I personally don't like the direction they took with Moulin Rouge the musical. But the movie, absolutely maybe.
As I said, the movie version is the only one that matters.
Yeah, the movie version is the only one that matters. Do a remix? No, Brian's Odysseus, I'm Penelope. We have already established this. Do you two have a favorite meal or drink to have together? Ooh. Jambalaya.
Yeah, or gumbo.
Yeah, so every Fat Tuesday, which this Fat Tuesday will be in March 3rd,
Yep.
I believe. No, March 5th. March 4th or 5th. One of the two.
4th.
March 4th. Usually every Fat Tuesday, every year, I make a gigantic fucking vat of fried rice. And then it changed to me making a giant vat of jambalaya. Because it was just much easier to handle. Basically my jambalaya would consist of like rice, spices, chicken, sausage, and then a little bit, and then some shrimp at the end. So it was definitely like, that's a big thing. And then recently did beignets, thinking about making cake, etc., etc. And so we just indulge on Fat Tuesday. And so that's one we like to have together whenever I can, either like jambalaya, which is I make in a slow cooker, or gumbo, where I stand in front of a fucking pot and make sure that the roux is nice and dark chocolate colored, before I make the roux for the gumbo. But yeah. Then this can correlate to the last question. Favorite musical, Broadway or off Broadway? A favorite musical? Oh God, I have many.
I said that's more your question than mine.
Do you have a favorite musical?
I don't know. There really isn't. I mean, does Epic count?
Yeah, Epic counts.
And yeah.
All right, there you go. For me, oh boy.
I mean, if you want to check off the Broadway box, then I could say In the Heights.
In the Heights is good, yeah. In the Heights, very much a favorite of mine. Oh my gosh, there's so many music. So many music. 6. Then there were more classic ones. Phantom of the Opera, Cats. It used to be Anything Goes and then stops. Ragtime. There's a lot. I have a lot. 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. But yeah. One of these days I'm gonna cover a song from 25th Annual. And everyone will be like, what the fuck are you listening to? It's like, listen. It was my childhood. I sang this and I didn't even realize half of the songs were inappropriate for my age.
I was gonna say, then you ended up making a cover the. I forget the name of the song. It's like with the dude having the butter on stage.
I have an unfortunate erection. Well, the TV play Rift of the Necro Dancer as a full version came out. I don't know. The one we have together is literally Ace Attorney, because we found out my brother and my Fae wife, Scylla Aria, are going through Ace Attorney now, and they're catching up very quickly, and we're just like, oh god, we need to get going on Ace Attorney before they catch up. But yeah. Spiciest food ever eaten. Last dab. That was painful. That hurt. For 15 minutes. While Brian just sat there and went, this is nothing. What the fuck do you mean this is nothing? What the fuck do you mean this is nothing?
I mean, it wasn't.
Ugh. What emoji represents you and why? Mine would be the current Oshi marks I have, which is the open book and pen.
This one.
Yep, that would be it. Yep, that'll do it. What is your guys' love language? Me, it's acts of service. Again, like I said, I always try and help people as much as possible. I will literally sacrifice time in order to help people. I will sacrifice health to help people. So mine has always been acts of service.
Physical touch.
If you had a choice, what weapons would you choose? Any type. Dual daggers. It would be dual daggers, or if I had to do one, a sniper. Sniper rifle.
Close up, it'd be either a short or long sword. Range, it'd be a 357 Magnum.
There you go. Rather the love language is moving a soap bottle. Brian's food palette would destroy a Victorian child. What is the spiciest?
Or, you know, the typical American.
What's the spiciest thing that Brian has ever eaten in his? What is the spiciest thing you've ever eaten in your life that actually made you sweat?
I feel like I have an answer, but I don't remember.
Oh, there you go. Who would be the weapon and the weapon master if you were in Soul Eater? Probably Brian would be the weapon. I'd be weapon master.
Yeah, I can see that.
Since that's the spiciest food you ate, what is your sourest food? Oh, sourest? What, like, pinched my lips so hard they fucking hurt? Sour candy. Like, purely sour candy.
Yeah, though then it's been so long since I've actually had a sour candy that actually is sour, because so many times I've had like the sour candy that on the pack was like, oh, it's super sour, oh, blah blah blah. I take a bite, I barely taste anything. But then again, that's also because I've eaten a lot of sour candy growing up.
I'm now starting to wonder whether or not your taste buds are just damaged.
No.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned.
I'm just built different.
Kill me. Oh, kill me. Let's see. Their love language is arguing what is water and what is not.
Skill issue.
Jesus Christ. What ice cream flavor may describe you as a person? Me is marble vanilla chocolate. I'm not saying favorite. I'm saying what describes me as a person. Marble vanilla chocolate. Very, like, in the middle, very much like good on the sweet end with like the chocolate, but also on the mild end with the vanilla. Or maybe cookies and cream. I'll go marble. Rocky Road.
Butter pecan.
Butter pecan? There you go. Let's see. If you voice a character in the Amazing Digital Circus, what would you want them to be like? I would love to be part of Amazing Digital Circus. I know a lot of the voice actors there, and they're fantastic and wonderful. I just want to be like an offshoot, like the memeable "my leg" voice line in the back of Amazing Digital Circus. It could just literally me going, "Ah, my eyes!" or something like that. And it's literally just me, and no one's like, is anyone gonna take credit for that line in Amazing Digital Circus of just going, "Ah, my eyes!" And everyone who knows is like, yeah, that's Michaela. That's Michaela, just threw in a line. Watch Glitch listening in. It's just like, wait a minute. They know people from Digital Circus? Wait, she gave permission to add that line into an animation. I'm gonna use it.
And we just got word from Glitch Productions, and it looks like you've been cast as the villainess again.
I've been cast as the villain of the Amazing Digital Circus, and my line is, "Ah, my eyes!" Oh my god. Did you know there's a world's spiciest ice cream, and has Brian tried? I did not know this. I'm terrified.
I don't know whether or not I would want to try that.
I'm terrified.
Not because like whether or not I can handle the spiciness, but just like spicy ice cream. That's kind of weird.
I mean, it's like I can understand why, because the cream helps like cool down the spice in essence. But like if they make it with a bunch of the spices, like, what? Brian, in terms of girls' frontline, what weapon would Michaela be? Girls' frontline, what?
Do I look like a loser with no job?
No, no, guys, listen. If anyone's the loser with no job between us, that's me. Stares at love in deep space. But let's see. What is your guys' love language? We already answered that. Mine is acts of service. Brian's is physical touch. Have you either of you had deep fried ice cream in your life? I believe I have, from memory.
Is it weird to say I don't like anything deep fried that isn't like chicken?
No, that's not weird.
And I'm talking about like deep fried pickles or Oreos or cheese sticks or stuff like that. Like literally stuff you would see in the fucking, festival or carnival stores. It's like deep fried blank. Fucking deep fried butter or something. I don't know.
So you only like it when it's like chicken?
Yeah, literally anything else is, I don't know, just
What about
sounds
steak?
disgusting. Oh yeah, we have I've had chicken
So
fried
basically,
steak.
any sort of meat, deep fried meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what about donuts?
Nope.
You don't like donuts? Donuts are fried.
Okay, aside from that,
French fries? Those are fried.
you know what I mean? Like stuff that isn't normal.
Fair. I'm fucking with you. Let's see. Who are the candles on your Hear Me Out cakes? I hope you realize, and Brian can attest to this, I am literally the fucking president of hashtag Free the Tentacle. I have unholy Hear Me Outs. And it's not just, oh my god, it's like this conventionally attractive male character from this conventionally attractive monster. No. The amalgamous form.
Sorry, before you continue on, I just want to say real quick one thing. You men are fucking weak.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like the amalgamous form with no face and 10,000 tentacles. Raw. Next question.
If you get pregnant, it's not mine.
If I get pregnant, guess what? I'm being Jesus or the Antichrist. It's one of the two. But yeah, so my Hear Me Out cake is already littered with stuff that would make me the most dangerous motherfucker out there. Don't hand me that Bracken conventionally attractive male-looking Bracken bullshit. Don't hand me that. Give me the amalgamous eldritch god that has no form that I will literally go bonker bazanga crazy at. Give me that. But let's see.
Yeah, like I don't think I would have a good Hear Me Out cake because more often than not, it's usually conventionally attractive women. Like I don't think. I mean, it's always to say I'm not a monster fucker. Like more power to y'all, but not for me.
There you go. But let's see. What's the most Texan thing you've seen, Brian? Hold on, I gotta think about this because I'm like, what is the most conventionally Texan thing? Gun autism. No, literally, there's a video series on YouTube called Gun Autism. And Brian will sometimes pull that up, and every 5 minutes, I'll just hear him going, Gun Autism. It's like, oh, the Texan looking up firearms, huh? Let's think about this for half a minute. But yeah.
Or like me pulling up fucking Kendall gunshot video.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Probably that. Because I don't see him doing much specifically Texan things. Other than just being a Latino. From the state of
it's
Texas.
like I may have been born and raised in Texas, but you gotta remember, I am still a Mexican man. So you don't see me wearing a fucking cowboy hat and going square dancing. At local hoot nanny.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers! Oh my god. Let's see here. What's your favorite Friday Night Funkin' mod? Easy Funkadelics. Because I'm in it. Oh, Brian has to think about this one. Jambud! Ohio Wasabi! Hello, mustard! Okay, so my Japanese is a little off.
I don't think I really have a favorite mod. Like, I'm fine with the base game. Like, I don't know. I don't go out of my way to like look up mods or play mods for Valentine and Funkin'.
Yeah. There you go. If you had powers from Bayonetta's universe for a day, what would you do? Which time? All the time.
Yep.
Which time? All the time. Who can give the best death stare? Oh, me. That's me. Bryan gives me the dominating, I will put you in your place stare. I am the, I will literally inject insulin under your tongue and leave you for dead stare. I am the, I know 20 different ways of how to get away with murder, thanks to the fact that I'm a writer, and you will never figure out it's me type of death stare. Bryan is definitely the Michaela.
She says on live on Twitch.
Listen, I have an FBI agent already on my ass about all the shit that I've researched as a writer. I might as well just be forthcoming with what I've researched. I've researched poisons. I've researched deaths. I've researched dismemberments. I've researched how long it takes for the body to be drained out of blood. I've researched how much blood it takes to make a weapon. Like, let's be fucking frank here. I've learned so many things as a writer just from researching things that researching writers do that get put on an FBI watch list. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm just an innocent little writer. All I do is research how to make dialogue sound really nice, or how my grammar works in a research, in a book and all that stuff. No, I've researched how to make a suicide poison that acts like a self-care death sentence for a criminal. I've researched things because I am a writer. So Bryan absolutely is the, okay, Michaela, you're gonna calm the fuck down. He gives that kind of a stare. 100%, there's no doubt. If he's pissed off, he does have that look of, I'm going to finally unleash my anger issues out on someone. That's completely 100% fucking fine. Me? I know damn well for the fact that once I'm done injecting insulin under your tongue, I am burying you 9 feet under the ground. And then 3 feet above you, I am burying some sort of dead animal. And then all the way 6 feet above that, I'm going to absolutely plant some sort of legally protected plant that you literally cannot dig up on the basis that if you do, it is a federal crime.
So then how are you going to plant that plant?
Because you can buy the seeds. You can buy the seeds for federally protected plants, and when they grow, they are federally protected. So, do not come at me! Yeah.
I'm going to stop myself for a second.
Oh my god, stop. I love you so much. But let's see. If you could choose one superpower to have, plus require secondary powers, which would each of you choose and why? Materialization.
Shape-shifting, and for the second one, teleportation.
Very fair. Me, materialization is I would be able to literally make money to do all I need to do. Because I would buy an animation studio. I would buy a game dev studio. I would make the material funding for all of my voice actors and animators and editors and all that stuff, and give them whatever their price is. I'll be like, hey, what's your price to do X, Y, and Z? They'll give me a number, I'll double it and send it their way and be like, please get this and make this a priority. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's what I would do. But yeah, Bryan, how about yours?
I just said mine.
Oh, there you go. Okay, there you go. Let's see here.
But I mean, like, if you want the reasoning for why I picked those, shapeshifting, because now I can live on my, like, thief fantasies, and, you know, being able to teleport, just literally get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Let's see here. Making sure. Bryan, your opinions on Texas barbecue?
He's good.
He's good. There you go. Does Medusa count as a technical monster? Medusa is a conventionally attractive woman with a snake head.
Weak. Do better.
Weak. Do better. What is the most embarrassing thing Bryan has done in front of me? Yeah, Bryan, what embarrassing thing have you done in front of me? There's not really many.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't find anything you do embarrassing. Other than, you know, send me TikToks just for my reaction, and not because you think that I would find them funny.
But I mean, is that really embarrassing?
Exactly. That's the worst that I could think of, and that's not even embarrassing. That's just you wishing to torture me. Let's see. let's see. Note to self, don't piss off again. Please don't. Nick, I am the sub. Yes, I am the confirmed sub of the relationship.
I said what I said. If you find Medusa to be hear me out, you're weak. You're like one of those people that calls a woman with 2% body fat thick, pussy.
So I'm a dangerous bottom? Yes. I am very much a dangerous bottom. Bryan is fire-esque anger and Michaela is icy anger. Yes. What is the most achievable thing you've done outside of voice? Achievable? Okay. Because I am hyped up on alcohol, I'm gonna brag a little bit. And I apologize if this sounds self-serving, but I'm very proud of the work I have done.
Do it.
So, I have helped, and I won't take credit for the entire thing. That's not my job. I have helped elevate English dubs from Ascendant Animation to be worthy of international Telly Awards. Now, if you don't know what the Telly Awards are, these are international accolade boards that recognize high effort and high quality productions. This is not the Crunchyroll or Funimation, like, let's pit our animes against each other and see which one did better than the rest. No, this is international versus tens of thousands of productions of high quality value to be placed in accolade. I have helped multiple English dubs from Ascendant Animation reach the level of silver and bronze in ranking in the Telly Awards. And at one point, we could have gotten silver. I was told we could have gotten silver if Sesame Street had not also entered. So if Sesame Street did not enter the same category that we did, we would have gotten silver. But no, we were bronze. So take that as you will. Take that as you will. I will not take the full fucking credit, but I know I damn well near helped because I was the ADR director for those productions. And at one point, the assistant director. So, that is my one accolade outside of voice acting. Otherwise, writing-wise, I have been hunted down for my writing. I currently work with Project Melody and Between Worlds, and I love the team so fucking much. They tracked me down and offered the job to me. I did not apply for the job. They asked me to come in, and I'm very grateful for that. Otherwise, I'm very blessed to have worked with, for example, like Roy Kiato. I was headhunted I was recommended by my friend Silaria to be an ASMR writer, and now I write ASMR stuff for Roy Kiato, which, by the way, the newest one came out today is Valentine's Day with two gay buns having romantical flirtations at a restaurant, and you are the server. And so, please go watch that. But otherwise, I do a lot of things, guys. Otherwise, a lot of stuff that I've gotten accolade-wise was in my childhood and pre-college, where I've done speech team, I've done dance competitions, acting competitions, singing competitions, and I've gotten accolades across the board for like Access Broadway, what is it, Dance International. There's a bunch of other competitions that I've been part of. Where my skills in performing arts was judged and rewarded accordingly. So yeah, there you go. And now I make my own video games, which apparently Seduce Me is like a big accolade on its own because a lot of people are actually inspired by Seduce Me, as I found out 2 days ago. But yeah, it's all right. No more bragging out of me. I'm done bragging.
No, keep doing it.
Nope, I'm done. Let's see. Making sure I didn't miss any questions. Are you doing all this so the dogs can't sniff out the dead body? I don't know what you're talking about. If you and Bryan were to make an entrance to any show, I imagine you both strolling down the hallway, you own the place. Wait, make an entrance to any show? Both strolling down the hallway like you own the place after you slam open the doors? How would you do so? Like, as in like we were like cameos?
It almost sounds like as if we were coming in on like a stage show or something.
That'd be fun. That'd be so fun. Me and you are literally part of the chorus for, this is a show, like, welcome to a show about death from Beetlejuice. And I get dragged away by that snake. Oh God! Help me! That'd be fun. But let's see. Michaela, that's counterfeiting. What do you mean counterfeiting? What do you mean? What is counterfeiting? What? What's counterfeiting?
Your superpower to make anything?
It's fine if it's materialized. It's fine. The government can print money. Why can't I? I'm kidding. Please do not commit crimes. Please do not commit crimes. If you both got isekai into a game, anime, movie, etc., which would you choose? I would not want to be
Final
isekai.
Fantasy 14. Next question.
I guess you're going on your own because I wouldn't want to be isekai anywhere, but I'll go with you, 14. That's fine. I'll go with you. We're gonna run a tavern where all the heroes meet up. Because we're not getting isekai as our characters. We're getting isekai as ourselves.
Yeah.
So,
No, because that's bullshit because people get isekai into different forms all the fucking time.
that's extremely fair, but you're insinuating that you're just gonna take over Axe's soul?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my god! Oh my god. But let's see here. So your superpower is being a counterfeiter? No! It's just materializing things. I'm not saying I'm counterfeiting stuff. These would be actual legitimate legal bills. What are you guys talking about? Let's see here. If you two know anime, so we already answered this question before. Bryan would be the weapon. I'd be the weapon master. Have you ever played Just Dance? Yes, I have. I usually use that Just Dance for my workout routine. If you were asked to voice a playable character for ZZZ, how would you describe your character? I would not. Because ZZZ is owned by the people that make Genshin Impact. And I personally do not approve of their practices, of how they advertise their gacha and how they promote their gacha, rather than, you know, researching races and researching how to actively make good characters that are not whitewashed and that are not just little white-skinned, like, cute anime people.
I'm speaking for myself when I say this. Fuck MiHoYo and all the games they make.
Yeah, so I would never ever I would never ever go for Hoya stuff. Ever. So you're saying we should don't commit crimes, Retro. Do not commit crimes.
It's fine. The rich people commit tax evasion all the time. Why can't we?
Listen. There's a difference when they commit tax evasion versus they have like tens upon tens upon tens upon thousands, hundreds of lawyers able to do that legally. But let's see. What is your horror character stereotype? Horror character stereotype.
I forget. Do Mexican people usually survive horror movies?
Depends on if they are like the person who knows about the supernatural or if they are ignorant of the supernatural. If they are, more often than not, they're going to survive. But if they are defendant against the supernatural, they're usually the first people to die.
Oh wait, I forgot. I'm part of Latinos Against Spooky Shit.
Yeah, you're part of Latinos Against Spooky Shit. See, that's a really fun difference between me and Bryan. Because here's the thing, guys. I'm part Filipina. I'm part. I come from the motherland of the Philippines. Puto is a delicacy in our country. While Bryan looks at me like I have 3 heads when I say, "Let's get to puto." But. While Bryan is part of the Latinos Against Spooky Shit committee, us Filipinos, we will walk in with the merry candles, swipe it everywhere, and be like, "All right, motherfuckers, it's time for you to fucking evict yourself before I evict you with my fucking foot up your ass. Let's go." And that's Filipinos.
But say you just have one person just throwing the putangin mo.
Putangin na mo. All right, motherfucker, you got that now. Do you need me to feed you? Or do you need to get fat? Or are you too fat to get out the door? Oh my god. But yeah. Can I at least commit arson to rich people? No. No. Do not commit crimes.
No. Wink. Definitely not. Wink.
Do not commit crimes. Please do not commit crimes. Do not give the
Especially
police
against
reasons.
the rich people. Wink, wink.
Jesus Christ. If you've ever voice acted one of the characters in the storyline songs from Just Dance, what if I would love that. Because Just Dance is fun. I would love to voice one of the storylines. That'd be fun. Would you voice Withering Waves or Reverse 1999? I don't know much about Withering Waves or Reverse 1999 to have an opinion.
Are those also fucking Hoyoverse games?
No,
or is it just...
no, Withering Waves and Reverse are different companies.
But it's still the same gacha shit, isn't it?
But here's the thing that I've like over time kind of like accepted and realized. How you handle gacha is what makes or breaks ethically moral gaming. For example, like let's go with Love and Deep Space. Mind you, I have not spent money on Love and Deep Space because, again, I don't want to spend money on gacha that I don't have. So what I do is I do all the dailies, I do all of the requirement stuff, that way I can get my diamonds, and that way I can spend my diamonds and get free tickets and whatever. That's how I get my banners.
Yeah, after all, you wouldn't be some kind of sucker that would get a gacha game and actually spend money on it, only for it to be shut down not even a year after, getting into the game. What dumbass would fall for that?
Sweats profusely and looking. Sweats profusely.
That's
looking
the point. That's the joke.
That's the joke. I mean, Food Fantasy was mine. Food Fantasy barely operates now, so Food Fantasy was mine. But the way you handle gacha is how you make or break the morality of usage for your game. For example, Hoyoverse has a very predatory way of how they handle their gacha games. It is very not free-to-play friendly, to the fact that you can't get a lot of pulls just as a free player. The probability of you getting a high roll or getting a high banner as a free-to-play player is very comparable to someone who actually devotes money into it. And here's the thing. I know people who have spent tens of thousands of dollars on Hoyoverse games. I am not kidding when I say tens of thousands of dollars on this.
Am I allowed to say it?
No, keep your mouth shut. We know who it is. Keep your mouth shut.
No,
You know who it is.
I'm not gonna say their name directly, but I'm gonna make a joke about it though.
Fine.
They may not have gotten the pull, but they pulled the voice role.
Stop it. But nonetheless, so that's the thing. When it's comparable that free-to-play players versus pay-to-play players. If you compare the ratio of being able to pull banners, that's where it's ethically questionable. For Love and Deep Space, it is stupid easy for me to get my dailies and be able to pull like an average of 5 to 10 per login. Because there's so much content that I can get diamonds for, there's so much content that I can level up for, there's so much content that I can unlock for, that I can pull 5 to 10 free tickets and be able to pull either the 5 or 10. Either like I could pull the 10 or I could save the 5 for the next day. So it's not unforgiving to free-to-play players. But in comparison to like Hoyo, where there's not many opportunities to get as many as a pay-to-play player, that's the difference. That is the big difference. So yeah, it's how friendly are they to their free-to-play players. With Infold, from what I've seen, and from what I've experienced as someone who got back into Love and Deep Space because of the Catch-22 banner, it is extremely free-to-play friendly. It is I've gotten 3 of the cards from the Catch-22 banner already. It's from the 3 boys that I was looking for. And it was fairly easy to grab. But again, that's because it's how you manage your gacha. And I'll go into the scientific of it really quickly. For Hoyoverse, it's very unforgiving. The percentage of getting what you want is actually beneath 1%. It is beneath 1%. It is not like, oh, 1% you get the card you want. It is 0 point number here, the card you want. For Love and Deep Space, and this is publicly available, it's at minimum 1%. But once you hit 70 pulls, for example, like 60 to 70 pulls, the chances increases by 10% every single pull. So you're going to get something. So that's the big difference. The pity pulls are
Unlike
much better.
the rest of the other gacha games where they fucking just suck the money out of you fucking because they know you're gonna spend money on it to get that rare JPEG or whatever.
Yeah. And Retro, I'm not saying you don't have to pull to play the story. That's not the key here. That's not the key here. The key for like pulling the banners is more often than not, the banners provide the weapons or the add-ons or the like power adjustments for the characters that you play. So it's easier to play when you pull from those banners. Like, for example, Love and Deep Space, the cards that you get are actually part of the combat system, where if you're playing with, example, Zane, depending on the memories you've unlocked, is how powerful he is. So that's the difference. You can play through the story regardless of free-to-play or pay-to-play, but it's how difficult is that process going to be for a free player versus someone who pays. That's the thing. So yeah. And from what if the other gacha games are very forgiving, then great. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. Well, let's see. If you had the power to shapeshift, what? What? Can we be gay and do crimes? You can be gay, but I would not recommend doing crimes. I would not recommend ever doing crimes.
Do it.
Do not do crimes.
Do it.
No, we cannot promote doing crimes. This is a stream. We cannot promote doing crimes.
Do it.
No, don't. Love and Deep Space fans have been on a strike for not pulling for 3 days. That's what I've heard. That they're actually on strike due to like banner issues and, like, for example, I believe Silas issues. But I'm mainly saying it in a general sense of like what I've been able to see, because I got back into Love and Deep Space before the strike even happened. So that's what I've been able to kind of see and negotiate my way through the economies and all that stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, the Cookie Run games I heard are pretty forgiving. It's a matter of what the games will do to promote you being able to continue playing without it being so much of a God, I can't play this unless I pay money for it. That's the difference. Can you be a gay crime? Why would you wish to be a gay crime? Katie, why are you pulling a poll? Katie, why are you pulling a poll? Why?
Why?
Why? Why would you wish to? Why? Oh my god, I also got messages that I gotta answer soon. Poll. Why? No, do not do crime. Do not do crime. I will not. No, I do not propose that anyone do crime. Take that into the clip. Do not do crime. If you played the Big Chungus horror game, I've never heard of the Big Chungus horror game. What? But yeah, okay. Let's go back to questions about the Valentine's Day. Thank you, Elliot. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good night. Yeah. It was really great with it, but they stopped adding new stuff. Yeah, it's like, again, that's the whole thing. Just because Brian said it's okay does not mean you should do it! Please do not commit crimes! Please do not commit crimes! Please do not commit crimes! I am begging and pleading on my knees. Please do not commit crimes. My goodness gracious, Mrs. Anna. Hello. Do not commit crimes. Do not commit crimes.
Not commit crimes. Burn everything down. The world's already fucked up as it is.
No! Jesus Christ. All right. Any last questions before we start wrapping up? We've been going at 3 hours now. So, we're about to hit 3 hours in like 15 minutes. Brian, since you are judging people's but hear me out, what are your hear me outs?
I am not qualified to do hear me out because I am not a monster fucker, nor do I find any sort of attraction to horrors beyond our comprehension.
Brian is admittedly attracted to conventionally attractive women.
And men.
And men. Sorry, I apologize. But yeah.
Like, I am perfectly fine with the conventionally attractive men, women, and non-binaries.
Yeah.
I am not a monster fucker, nor will I ever will be. If there ever is a sort of monster, they have to at least be somewhat like conventionally attracted to me. Otherwise, I'm not really interested.
There you go. Yes, yeah, we're still here. We are still here. What if crimes against giant corporations? I legally, as a streamer and as someone with a social media following, guys, please listen very fucking carefully. As someone with a social media presence and someone with a follower base who has influence over people, it's what I say, I cannot condone committing crimes.
Wink.
Please do not commit crimes! Please do not commit crimes! Jesus Christ. Hear me out. The clay used for walls and grommet. Okay, listen. That's just a sticky mess. Please have some lube in there.
See, that's the thing. It's like there are some like hear me out that y'all are just doing it just to be quirky and shit. It's like be for real.
Did the question have to be couple related? Yes, because it's the Valentine's Day Q&A. Flavor?
Oh, I said no.
What? You're saying no?
No, like at this point, since we're almost done. At this point, you can ask us whatever.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? But let's see here. Favorite color of fire? White.
Red.
Yeah, that's fair. But white is like the hottest, so that's why. Yeah. Someone asked, can I make Mickey into a monster goyle? Sure. That's fine. Let's see here. Did you see the new sheer drop for Comatose? I did. She looks hot. She looked great. If you two were able to play D&D, which we do, which class would you be? I would either be an artificer or a bard.
As I was
If you guys were to
class-
play D&D, which classes would you be?
barbarian.
There you go. There you go. And I noticed some people are coming in asking about Yandere-chan and Yandere-sim. I do not voice Yandere-chan and Yandere-sim anymore. I haven't since October of 2023. So please come in here knowing that I am an individual that is outside of Yandere-sim and no longer the voice of Yandere-chan. Have not been for almost 2 years now. So I have done other things. So I have done Sylvana from Afmau's Catface Productions of My Street. I have done Lynetta from Sucker for Love. I've done multiple other things. I still have things coming out that are under NDA. So keep in mind, I do more things. Let's see here. She looks like you. Lamau. Thoughts on Poppy Playtime? It's cool. It's cool. I used to be kind of like sus about it because they had like their swing with NFT. But I mean, from what I heard, they've backed off on it, so I'm like, you know what? It's fine. For Brian, what do you think about Michaela Laws from Sucker for Love 2? Moo, the little weeb that she is. Right, you weren't there when we played 2.
Yeah, most likely at work.
Yeah, so don't even worry about it. But basically, she's a little weeb that makes fan fictions about her Eldritch God friends. Yeah. Have you ever tried rollerblading or yes, unfortunately, I have. I have. I did roller skating for a show called Footloose. I was cast as a one-off comedy character that literally skates in and then skates out on stage. And let's just say, because of how bad I was at both, I got the standing ovation for comedy. At the very last show. But yeah. So, what about you, Babe? Rollerblading or skateboarding?
I have done skateboarding before. At one point, I had an accident where it was like skid across the asphalt.
Yee.
Yeah, I was bad.
What'd y'all do for Heart Day? I made Brian chocolate. Whiskey infused chocolate. And then we also drank a little bit of soju, which I'm sober at this point. But let's see here. Favorite pizza restaurant? It's between Domino's and Little Caesars.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah. How long have we been together? Almost 7 years now. It's gonna be our 7th year. Let's see here. Brian,
I bet to be more accurate, 6 years and 2 months.
6 years and 2 months right now, yeah. Brian, what's it like being a saxophone?
Stop calling me that.
Yeah, okay. Can I initiate self-destruct? No. Did you receive that shirt from Sucker for Love? No. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? Shrug.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
Like, shrug. Michaela, what did you get for Valentine's? I don't get things on Valentine's Day. Because here's the thing. Me and Brian have a tradition between us. On Valentine's Day, I asked Brian to be my Valentine by making him chocolate. This is typically a Japanese tradition. where the girl basically either buys or hand makes chocolate for the one they are interested in. And usually they'll add some sort of rum to it. I add whiskey because whiskey is Brian's favorite alcohol. So this year I made a Crown Royal infused whiskey chocolate, Nama chocolate. And what he does in exchange is he judges my chocolate, and then he gives me a response every white day. So yeah, he whatever effort I put in, he gives me his reply. So yeah. So I don't receive anything on Valentine's Day. I receive things on White Day. So yeah. Let's see. What's your favorite girl failures, boy failure characters? Oh God, do I pay attention to girl or boy failures? Do I pay attention?
I don't.
I don't pay attention to girl or boy failures. They're just great characters. Let's see here. Favorite zombie movie or favorite vampire movie? Zombie movie, I don't necessarily have a favorite. Vampire movie is Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah.
I'd say for a zombie movie, it'd be Zombieland.
Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see.
Is it bad though? Like, I've actually been kind of wanting to rewatch the House of the Dead movie.
Do it. Why not? It's fun. Make it a drinking game.
Girl, I'm gonna die.
With water. Drink it with water. You'll be extra hydrated. You'll pee like every 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. Is there potential for couple streams in the future? Yeah, we want to get back into Ace Attorney. We want to get back into the newest Ace Attorney. So yeah.
Yeah, because like one, we want to be able to finish them, and two, we don't want Sayu and Scylla to fucking get ahead of us.
Yeah, we cannot let Scylla and Sayu to get ahead of us. Let's see. What about horror movies in general? Oh, the Saw movies. Absolutely, the Saw
Those are
movies.
pretty good.
Yeah. Is syrup water? It's more concentration
No.
of flavor. It's not necessarily. It doesn't. Syrups don't need water to be syrups. So no, it's just concentrated. If you two switch bodies for a day, what would you do? Helicopter. Helicopter. I would literally look
Sleep.
down. Helicopter, helicopter. Oh no! If I had your body for the day, I would tell your manager to fuck off and then find you a new job.
I like with that in this economy.
But let's see. But yeah, so she says drink water, but won't drink water herself. Listen, do what I say, not what I do. Helicopter, helicopter.
And you do what I say and drink water.
I'm almost done. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we are about to hit the 3-hour mark. Did you do the Gangnam Style? I've done Gangnam Style. I know how to do it.
I do in Fortnite.
Oh my goodness. All right. So, you ready for review? Oh, you're too sweet. Thank you. But let's go. Do you want to start wrapping things up?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Bryan eventually wants to get back into streaming. We don't know when. We do not know when, but mods, could you spam Bibiano Beats in the chat, please? So that way people know to follow Bibiano Beats when he eventually does come back. Because that's something that he's been wanting to do for a while.
Well, I mean, I am off this Monday. And like, I know you have your game dev Monday, but I figured I could just do it after that.
Yeah, do it after that. I know that. Yeah, so go to Bibiano Beats. Go to follow his channel. And so he eventually wants to get back to streaming. Please support him when he does. He doesn't do streaming for like the purpose of like becoming a streamer, but more so he just likes streaming. So give him a shot. He does some fun things. He's done some fun games and all that stuff. I know like eventually you want to get back into like the Sonic Marathon, right?
Well, that and also like either that or continue on with my Kill the Past marathon that I started and never finished.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Why not? Fuck it. But otherwise, if you follow me, I do Game Dev Mondays. I work on my games every Monday as much as I can, unless there's something extraneous going on. Also, Vampire, I mentioned this before. I don't voice Ayano anymore. I haven't voiced her since October of 2023. So I have no feelings whatsoever. I've moved on to bigger and wider prospects. So, each of you plan each other's efforts for the next 2 days. What would that be for both? Oh God, we don't even go out that often. We don't go out that often.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do Game Dev Mondays every Monday. From mainly like 11 to 2, 11 to 2 or 11 to 3. Just because when my husband's home, I like to not be working on a stream. But he may be coming back next Monday. Who knows? Question mark. That'd be a thing. Question mark. But yeah, all right. A quick spin question: have you ever tried nacho cheese on a sausage? No. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here. Let's go ahead and send y'all somewhere. Let's spread the love. We're gonna spread some love everywhere.
Well, off to visit your mother.
Ah! Oh! Creepy streaming. So go give Creepy some love. Creepy just released a song called Bite Me. Go give Creepy some love. We love Creepy so much. And can you do the pocket game? Oh, I would love to do the pocket game with Bryan. Anytime you ask me. But anyways,
I mean, we do have a pack here.
we do. Anyways, we're gonna get going. So thanks everyone for joining us. Have wonderful sweet dreams. Have a happy Valentine's Day or a Friendship Day or Discount Chocolate Eve. And we'll see you all next time. Love you all. Bye!